Happy Thursday, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to Up North Live. Joining me as sometimes always, Isaac 556 by 45. How you doing, man?
Doing well, besides the fact that
Is he?
everything's
Oh, there
kind
you
of
are.
like a
Okay.
bomb went off at the moment, but everyone knows what my ugly mug
hmm
looks like. How you guys doing? Happy to be
Yeah, we're
here. Nice to meet you, Dave.
Hey, nice to meet you too.
Pleasure to be here as
good.
always. So I look forward to getting into this, and I always learn something too. So
Well, good. That's kind of the thing I hope every time we do a show or I make a video that someone learns something, um, whether it's true or not. It's always up for debate. And as Isaac mentioned, our guest, Dave from Dave's Multiverse. Welcome to Up North Live.
Hey, thank you so much
Yeah.
for having me on. I'm used to. I think I've only been like a guest like 3 times, whereas like I've hosted like hundreds of podcasts. So this should be interesting. But I'm really appreciate the invite, Jeff. Thanks for bringing me on board. I gave you a little
Absolutely.
crap a couple of weeks ago.
You did.
For not having me on, and then now here I am.
And so all you got to do is you just got to harass me, I guess.
Yeah, looks like we got Shaman and 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I saw that.
What's up?
Good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a little bit. I've been trying to catch your shows when I can, but you've been streaming a lot, Shaman. Good for you.
He has. He's on it.
Absolutely. Jurdish says, "Wish I could make it tonight. Jam session in Baraga is my excuse. Catch you on the replay." Hey, that's a good reason to skip tonight. Don't blame you. Thanks for being here. Or not being here. Drees. What's up, Drees? Drees was actually on the Japan trip with Wandering Wolf, the Nerdotic Forbidden Frontier crew, and he's been posting pictures on his socials, and just some of the stuff they see over there is awesome. Really jealous that I didn't go.
Yeah, Japan is like a lot underreported. That's why I'm glad all these people are out there bringing back the megaliths from Japan so we can all see them.
Oh, for sure. Sean and Jeff, Dave turned me down for coming on the stream that I just did to come on yours. Oh, wow.
Full disclosure, I was coaching a basketball game less than 2 hours ago when I got a text from Shaman inviting me on, and I was like in the middle of basketball and had to do this. So, but Shaman's my boy. He's always helping me out, coming on my show. He's doing a couple interviews with me this weekend as well. So I always appreciate old Jason Shaman 7-Eleven.
Good dude. Glad we got to all hang out in Arizona last December.
Yeah. Are you going to Austin? Yeah, you're gonna.
I'm planning on it. Yes, I already told my boss. I said, "Hey, I'm taking probably a week off in October." So, so I'm definitely excited for that. We got Magua guy. Hail to you, man. He was with us in Arizona as well, and in Egypt. Man, we got everyone in here tonight. Good to see you all. Thanks for showing up. I was Chi-Town, and I had to turn him down twice this week, so he owes me. Well, there you go. All right, so Dave, for anyone that isn't aware of who you are, or what you do on the interwebs, why don't you share a little bit?
Yeah, man. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I am the host of Dave's Multiverse, formerly known as Mike in Dave's Multiverse, but Mike's still my boy. He just busy guy. I think when you came on, it was Mike in Dave's Multiverse.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because I think that was right before Arizona.
Yeah, we do. I've got a producer, Megan Gibson, Miss Indonesia Jones, and we do weekly interviews, long form interviews with pretty much anyone I think is interesting. And most of my favorite topics are Lost Ancient Civilization, #1, UFO UAP phenomenon, #2, and then I like to talk about psychedelics and how they can heal trauma and things like that. About I don't know, 3 years ago, I had a back injury and it wasn't working, and I was like, I need to be like doing something. And I had met Mike at the Cosmic Summit, not the last one, but the one before that. Okay. And we hit it off, and we hung out all weekend. And then I sent him a text like 3 months later, like, "Hey, you want to start a shitty podcast with me?" And he was like, "Sure." And then we just kind of started from there, and I kind of kept it rolling. I have an editor. I want to shout him out. His name is Alexander Cheshkovich. He lives in Poland. This is his
Yeah,
book.
shout out Poland.
Of Deja Vu. Has everything already been in search of a previous lost civilization? He's a brilliant guy, and I'm super lucky to have him on the team. Like, I wouldn't be doing this as often as I do it, if I didn't have him or Megan. So I just appreciate that, because man, show's rough.
Oh yeah, no, it is. That's why I'm glad I have Isaac most of the time when he can, and then my buddy Andy. That's usually that's my buddy and co-host on DrinkUP. He usually is in here as well, but he couldn't make it tonight. So I know how it goes when you do it on your own.
Yes, especially if there's editing involved.
Yeah,
dude. Just on my end, just even making a thumbnail sometimes. You
Yeah.
underestimate. It's like, I'll make that last minute. It's like you get writer's block. What am I gonna make?
I just say, hey, Grok. Just kidding.
Well, that helps. Yeah, that helps a little bit. Chat GPT, what's up?
Yeah.
So,
I try to use as little amount of AI for my thumbnails as possible because I like to stick little things in it, but it helps smooth out the edges.
I do a mixture both.
I think most of mine are AI, but that's but I don't even make them, so
Yeah, there you go.
that's my editor.
Yeah, Dave's as genuine as they come.
Hey, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. I try, and my show is I attempted to make an expression of myself, and I attempt to make it as warm and welcoming and open as possible so people can be themselves when they come on the show. And I've just created the environment where people occasionally end up crying. I'm like the Oprah of the space here. So, but it's not like bad crying. It's more like sharing yourself, and being open and honest. And that's what I like to do with my show, is have people tell their story.
No, your show is great. I try to watch as many as I can. Actually, I remember the first time I stumbled upon you actually when I first started my channel, because it was when when Ricardo and Rick Osmond Ricardo Calvario and Rick Osmond were going around with the copper isotope testing.
Yes.
And you had him on the show, and I just happened to stumble across it one day when I was sitting in a Dairy Queen parking lot. Nice. I'm like, who are these guys? I said, hey, I know Rick. I've met him before. I said, there's this Ricardo. I think he tagged me or something on X. They're talking about copper. Oh, cool. Okay, I'll just watch for a bit.
Were you having a blizzard?
Nah, not that time.
No.
Like chicken strips. Yeah.
Oh, those are legit though. With their honey
Sometimes.
mustard, dude. Yeah.
I would like to shout out Ricardo. Early on in the show, he gave us a lot of feedback, came on the show, gave us a bunch of guests. He was one of our first guests. So Ricardo Calvario, he's the man.
He is. No, actually, I hopped on one of his shows on Sunday. They had a late one, and I popped in, and he said, "Hey, come on in if you want to say hi." I'm like, "Okay." So it was good seeing him. He's back in Portugal right now.
Yeah, I think he's come back soon though, but he's like going to be going back to Canada.
Yeah, he was in the States for like 3 months. I mean, he was only a few hours south of me, but just things didn't line up to where we could meet up at all. So
yeah, where was he? He was in Wisconsin.
I think he was in Madison, Wisconsin area.
Yeah, good dude.
Oh, absolutely. No, I take a lot of information from him for sure.
Yeah, he's really smart though. So like sometimes it's like, whoosh,
Yep. I mean, his papers are fantastic, but sometimes, like you said, over your head, I'm just reading it. I'm like, I know this word. I'll continue there.
Yeah, I feel like he has to keep his brain in a bucket.
No, he's a good dude. July 20th, he returns. Okay, so another month or so he'll be out of town. Cool. All right. So before I continue, I just wanted to quickly say a couple of videos that I put out on my channel last few weeks. I want to thank everyone that watched them, left a comment, and liked it. I mean, it's been phenomenal. I think one video got 25,000 views.
Dang, nice job.
So yeah, so I want to thank everyone out there if you're watching it all, and if you haven't watched them, go check them out, please, because you are all awesome.
Which one was that?
Hunting for the Wall of Silver.
It's that was a good video. I really enjoyed that.
I have the book right
I
here.
feel bad I missed that one.
Oh, thanks a lot, Dave. Yeah. So,
Well,
so this book.
everyone else didn't.
And
No,
dude, that's
they've
just
been
in 9 days.
fantastic.
Dude, in 9 days, you got
Mhm.
25,000 views. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it.
That's
But
beat me. My most is 10.
I've gotten 10 one time before, and then I had like 5 or 6 videos where it's like maybe maxing out at 200-300, and then it shot through the roof. But
Nice.
this book, Wall of Silver, by Richard Kellogg, takes place in the Upper Peninsula. It's allegedly a true story about a lost silver mine in the Keweenaw Peninsula, which is up the north kind of hook. Oh, this guy up here. And allegedly it was found a massive, like, entire wall of just pure silver. It's been lost since the 60s or 70s when this guy got shown where it was, and he couldn't find it again years later. And no one's ever proved if it's real or not. Most people say that it's all fake and poo-poo, but I went out there and tried looking for it. Still looking. I wanted to go out last weekend, but I hurt my knee, so I didn't want to take a chance climbing over rocks and hiking. So I'll let it rest for a while, but hopefully mid-July or early July I'll be able to get back up there and look for that, and then find some more copper mines, because I haven't gone out yet in a while.
Make a part 2. Get 50,000.
Yeah, that I'd probably just back away from the computer for a week or two to say, all right, I can take a break for a bit. But I just wanted to thank everyone out there for everything. So, but
Yeah, the Wall of Silver video and your Copper X video too.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people were disgruntled with that one. Everyone calling it a
Really?
fake, and that the problem with amateur archaeologists is they have zero regard for any provenance and stuff like that. So therefore it's a fake, and I don't trust a word you say. I'm like, you could have come in and said something, more constructive, but thanks.
Have you ever called yourself an amateur archaeologist anyway?
Not once. I'm just a dude who likes old stuff.
Yeah.
So they can't approach
Take
it
that
with,
whichever way you want.
maybe you're mistaken or misdirected. No, you're just a fake and a fraud and a misdirect.
Well, they all said, well, this one. Yeah. And then one guy commented, I don't have it with me because it was my dad's and I gave it back to him. But one guy commented, I've been handling artifacts for 70 years. I've handled thousands of copper artifacts, and it looks nothing like native Michigan copper.
How old is he?
If he's 70, I mean, over 80, I'd say. But I think it's definitely someone yanking my chain. But he's like, I've never seen any copper artifacts that look anything like that. And I literally typed in old copper culture artifacts and pulled up the first thing it pops up is some axe heads in the Milwaukee Public Museum that look exactly like that. I'm like, okay. Fucking yeah.
Do those the negative comments bug you? Like sometimes I get my feelings hurt. I gotta not look at it too much.
No, I see people. A lot of people say, don't even look at the comments. Don't look at the comments. But I like replying to people. People that give their own stories or say anything in it or ask questions. I like to reply to them. So a few bad ones here and there. I'll take constructive criticism from it, even if they weren't directly being constructively criticizing.
Mm-hmm.
And next time I'll make sure that I say exactly how it came upon my into my hands. Just because my dad got it off an auction, they all immediately poo-pooed it. They said, nope, anything you don't. I wanted to say, I said, I could have probably dug it up in the ground in front of you, and you would have said that because I'm not an archaeologist, it wouldn't count for anything. So,
right.
Or you'd say I planted it.
Right. Plus the negative comments help with the algorithm too, right?
I don't know. I started getting them, and then my views went.
Well, it feels like everyone's
it's proven. I mean, even dislikes help your video get seen. It's engagement. So, I mean, people think, oh, I'm going to hurt your channel by disliking it, but YouTube sees that as engagement. So
I see this as an absolute win.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shaman. But no, that's all I have to say about that for now.
There are some people, man, I get in my comments that are like, they're just absolutely certain that they know everything. And I'm like, I'm always just like, hey, thanks for watching the show. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, there's some people that you can tell they didn't watch the video.
Right.
Because in my last video, I put my drone up. I got like 5 minutes of drone footage or something like that. And person comments, you should save yourself some time, put some drones up. Like, dude, it was 5 minutes in. So, yeah, well, just thank him for watching and continue on with the day.
Yep.
So we'll continue on here. Just wanted to bring this up before we get into some more stuff. This was just published yesterday. In England, they found a 5,000-year-old prototype Stonehenge aligning with the solstices, and it was discovered near the famous Stonehenge monument. So the discovery of 2 ancient holes at Stonehenge suggests people placed posts there to help observe the summer and winter solstices. Solstice. Wow, English, around 5,000 years ago. So when I first saw this, I'm thinking, maybe they found some more like earthworks or megalithic stones. No, they just found 2 holes in the dirt, which lined up with the summer and winter solstice. So
it's interesting how I'm still finding new stuff at old sites. I know that they've found post holes before. There's more. Those aren't the only ones near Stonehenge, but that's how far away did it say those were from Stonehenge?
It just says nearby.
So
ancient,
same
nearby,
like general area, or like you could throw a rock to it, or like
it didn't really say exactly how close. They just said nearby. Even in the second article that I tried pulling up, but it didn't let me because ad blocker stuff. But
2 henges, rings of ditches and banks made from earth.
Those are of Neolithic pits from about 5,000 years ago, centuries before Stonehenge was completed. It was cool as these pits were filled with animal bones, pottery, flint, and charcoal. Researchers think they date to the time the first phase of Stonehenge was built. And it's funny because they immediately assume that it was ceremonial area.
Of course it was. Ceremonial. Yep. It's always ceremonial.
You say, oh, you find a pit of bones and ash and tools and stuff like that. Oh, they gathered here and celebrated something. It's like, what if they just threw their bones in there because they're garbage,
No, this was actually the latrine. This is not where they did ceremonial, rituals. Oh.
Was Isaac in the military? Were you in the military?
No.
Oh, latrine. That's the first time I ever heard that word, was when I went to basic training. I was what? I was like, what's the latrine? Where am I going? Oh,
I've probably watched too many documentaries.
Yeah, Isaac's the kind of guy that if you go over to his house, you'll have World War II documentaries in black and white playing on the TV with the sound off.
Yeah.
Shaman said when archaeologists uncover shopping malls, there'll be ceremonial centers. Yeah.
Yeah. So I always joke because as I work construction, new home building, and we always, anytime we build a new home, you get the excavators in there and they put in the septic tanks. And the drain fields for the tanks, because it's a mound drain, so it's a big mound, and it looks from LiDAR, it looks like it'd be like a long Indian burial mound. So I think 1,000 years from now, they're going to be coming across these septic mounds and thinking that they were ceremonial mounds where we buried our dead, and start digging it up and find out that's not exactly what it was. Dries knows everything.
No, seriously, dude. Well,
he's a doctor.
It looks like a UFO buried in the backyard. It's crazy. Just this big hump. It's wild.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's funny because anytime I'm looking at LiDAR, trying to see if I can find anything on LiDAR, you just see these awesome mounds all over the place. I'm like, oh, and then I hit Google Earth and it's like, it's a house. So.
Yeah, I feel like hunter-gatherers and like transitioning hunter-gatherers pretty much did their ceremonies wherever they could sometimes, Didn't always be the center.
Yeah, I'd say even just by the campfire at night, probably. The ancient monument consisted of 2 large wooden posts about 400 feet. We're not reading that meters stuff. Apart on land near the village of Bulford. Okay, so a few miles east of Stonehenge. That's where it was.
Okay, that's helpful. Yeah, I was just imagining it like, you could throw a rock to it, but still, and it has solstice alignments. I think, though, if it has solstice alignments, you could potentially consider it ceremonial, no?
Yeah, that technically would be. I I mean, people still go to Stonehenge on the solstices. That's coming up, what, next Tuesday? Wednesday?
Yeah. 3 days.
Yeah, 3 days. Yeah.
3 days. Wild.
Yeah. Oh, no. What's today? The 18th? Yeah.
It's the 18th. Yes, sir.
So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, 400 feet apart, you got to know exactly where that sun's going to be on the exact same day. So that takes a lot of time and practice, handing down knowledge, because that's not something you can do just one day and say, "Yeah, I'm going to mark the sun right here for this year."
You have to hang around in the same spot for a while too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's why I said transitioning hunter gatherers, right?
Yeah, and
kind of in between.
It's kind of, yeah. It's weird that in some places, like you could say, like in Göbekli Tepe or Karahan Tepe, if they were hunter gatherers that transitioned over into a megalithic building society or whatever they were, how come it happened so far back for them, but the same people that probably spread across Russia and then into the United States, whether they came by boat, how many thousands of years before the land bridge?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's been fought against now that the land bridge was a thing. But how come the megalithic building stuff didn't follow along in other places around the same time is what I'm curious about. I don't know if anyone has any thoughts.
So how come they didn't do solstice alignments I don't know, man. That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were doing it in the Tas Templar region, 12,000 plus years ago, right?
Yeah, and they're saying it's always westward expansion, but obviously we have proof that there was also eastward across the Pacific through the Straits,
mm-hmm.
the Kelp Highway.
Mm-hmm.
It just, I don't know.
Do you think just maybe not every culture valued that as much? Or
it could be, or maybe there's just so few at the time that they all started splitting off, so few people that were actually doing any, say, artistic type of work or structural work that it only stuck with a certain groups. I don't know.
I think what Isaac said is important, it's like we can't assume, it's like modern Chinese culture is very confusing to Americans right now, right? Like we're all so different across all different cultures. It was the same back then, and we like to put those assumptions that we make onto like all these ancient cultures, right? It's like that's why the joke is, it's all ceremonial, right? But you really don't know the cultural influence, which is why cultural anthropologists are super important. But it makes a big difference,
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. You always kind of take that modern view and think, why didn't they know about this stuff? And well, they weren't as connected as we are nowadays. So he's got to remember they were us, but they weren't us. So,
and there's also, when you think of it too, the vast majority of people are just trying to survive too, just live day to day. Not everyone has time for tradition and sentiment, as nice as that is, but when you're hungry and trying to provide for yourself and your family and stuff, maybe knowing the exact day of the seasons isn't super relevant to you. I don't know. Maybe if you're a little more well off, maybe, but
Yeah, it's why it was wild. 5,000 years ago, they put those post holes there to mark the solstice alignment for some reason. Maybe sometimes you just settle down somewhere, you get a real good view, and you're like, wow, let's hang out here for a while. It's a nice view. Lots of resources, gives you time to hang out. Weather stays good for a while. Nobody tries to invade you and kill you.
True.
Hey, there's been no Danes coming over that hill to pillage us for a while. It's pretty nice.
Right. I think you'd need a good, I don't know, to be precisely mark a solstice alignment. You need a couple decades, right, of observation when you think
at least
shit up.
No, it would definitely, you can't, it's not something you can just do in 1 year's time, because it's only 1 day a year that it lands on either one of those lowest points, or no, equinox, so equal daylight, and it's gonna be different no matter where you are on the globe too. So just like up where I'm at, the sun on the solstice is going to be different than it would be probably down in Florida.
Yes.
I
And
would
then
assume.
yes.
Right? Yeah.
And then it changes like with the precession, it changes every 72 years or whatever too. So 1 degree or some shit like that. So that's the wild one, the precession of the equinox. How the hell would you measure that? 1 degree every 72 years. You'd need like a lot of time and a lot of passing down knowledge and a lot of ancient tradition. And
So what happens after 72 years times 360? Does it reset?
Well, it's 1 degree every
just
72 years.
Okay.
So yeah, it wobbles, and that's a 27,000+ year cycle. I don't know the exact number. So yeah, it's like 172 times 365. Somebody do that for me. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, let me pull it up in my head quick.
Where's Ricardo?
Yeah, he'd probably be able to do it. I haven't been able to do big numbers in my head like that quickly since high school because I haven't needed big numbers like that in my head because I have a calculator on my phone.
Well, hey, the teachers always said you won't always have a calculator in your pocket, you know.
I'll tell you what, they were wrong.
It's 27,000 years. I just looked it up, but I think there's a degree of error there. I think it's like the actual is like 27,100 and something like that.
Okay. And yeah, there's so many different numbers in ancient history that line up with that precession that it's going to take a long time to figure that out. Even just the 72 years. I mean, what was the life expectancy 10,000 years ago?
Exactly.
You know,
you break your leg, get infection, you're dead. And so
there it is.
Yeah, there you
Thanks,
go.
Mark.
Thanks, Mogwai.
26,280.
Yeah, somebody was telling me the life expectancy thing. Like, some people did live 70+ years, but the average life expectancy was like so much lower because of like medical stuff, right? So many babies died. So you got to count that. Also, get an infection, you die, right? Wars, things like that. So, but still.
In a lot of places that we know of, there wasn't really much writing, so all their traditions were orally handed down. And you'd have to remember that, like that, a lot of mathematics that went on allegedly for people that didn't have a form of writing.
A lot of geometry too, like some of the most precise geometry you could possibly think of, built into massive megalithic structures.
Yep, that all follow the patterns and relate to what was I think it was a Great Pyramid that remember Graham was just talking about it on that podcast he did the other day, like the area of the Great Pyramid or the circumference 43,000 something, or was it 26,000? I can't remember. We'll save that for another time when I can remember it.
Yeah, it's something to do with the circumference of the Earth built into the base of the Great Pyramid through math. My editor Oleg would know that too. Deja Vu Has Everything Already Been, Alexander Cheshkovich.
I gotta get that book.
Yeah, it's a pretty good book.
Yeah, is that in your link tree at all?
It's pretty much in every single description of all my episodes. Yeah.
Excuse me. All right, cool. Yeah, I gotta pick that up. Go pick up that book, everyone. Go follow Dave's Multiverse.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's up, Tony? Greetings to you as well. Good to see you. Let's see. Dries says the infant mortality rate was great, and the mother died in childbirth as well. I suppose I didn't think about that either.
I think he meant that wasn't great, right? Or was great. Oh, I get what he's
saying. Not saying it was great.
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
It was great.
It was great. Yeah. Okay.
It was large. Yeah. Good call.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The test coming back positive ultimately, I guess, was not a good thing.
So I got a question for you, Dave.
What's up?
Atlantis. Do you think it's just a story? Do you think it actually existed?
Well, it is a story.
Well, I mean, just
Plato told it.
yeah.
But you know, not to be pedantic, but it's I think that a lost ancient civilization, the one that Graham Hancock talks about
Mm-hmm.
and popularize that we're all talking about still today, is likely. I think what's most likely is that Atlantis isn't like one city. Like maybe there was one city that he's describing,
Mm-hmm.
that Plato's describing, but Atlantis itself, I think, was a global seafaring civilization, much like we're a global civilization today. And you know, they communicated cross culturally and yada yada. But as far as like where is Atlantis, and it's in the Azores, it's in Cadiz in Spain, it's in the Richat structure. I don't know if that's a thing.
Okay, so you think it's just more of like you said, like us, a connected society, just not a little more primitive than we are, obviously. And
Yeah, I mean, maybe they were more sophisticated in other ways. It depends on what your definition of, you know, sophistication is. You know, we got the internet and stuff like that, so we're pretty darn sophisticated. But maybe they were more sophisticated in other ways, maybe culturally, and they could definitely build stone monuments better than better than us.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And yeah, I think it was a global civilization that you know, like I mentioned earlier, like China is basically same part of our civilization as we are. They're much different, right? They've got similar technology and similar culture, but if you went there, it'd be very confusing. Or if they came here, it's like, and you didn't know anything about it, it'd be very confusing. But they were interconnected, both with their building styles. We know that because we see that all over the place, all over the world. And we know that through mythology, like a lot of the mythology across the world, the ancient world is very similar. A lot of the, like we've been talking about, alignments, and what was important to them when it came to the stars was the same. And yeah, I think there's likely, you know, big cities all over pre Younger Dryas.
Okay, yeah, no, that's a really good assessment of that, because most people, if they hear that question, they say, "Oh, it's like you said, the Richat structure."
Yeah.
I know Jimmy Corsetti's hell bent on the Richat. David Stig Hansen, he's big on the Cadiz. And Randall, he says the Azores. So, but I'm the more and more I keep watching all this and excuse me, seeing more different sites around the world, I'm definitely agreeing more with you than the rest of them.
Yeah, well, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket when you're talking about 12,000 years ago, in my opinion. Now, like, that doesn't mean that, like, for example, guys like Michael Donnellan and his team, who, for the love of God, love you, Mikey. He's a friend of the show, but can we see the documentary series already, Atlantica? I'm going to visit him in Spain in a couple of weeks, and he's going to show me some of these spots.
That'd be cool.
Near Cadiz, which I'm excited about. I'm not like a in the field content creator, so I'll probably get some like pictures and shit, maybe a little video. Hopefully, I'm not like trying to survive in a wetsuit in a you know, like I don't know what he's got planned for me, but yeah, I mean, I Cadiz is compelling, but I want to see the documentary series. Last time I talked to Michael, he said it was in distribution, which I took to mean it's going around to the different streaming platforms and whatnot, and they're trying to get, you know, a good deal for it, like, because they spent a long time and a lot of effort and a lot of money, you know, getting the documentary. But were you, Jeff, were you at the Cosmic Summit when they showed the premiere of that?
I was not. I was watching the live stream, but I missed the Atlantica premiere.
I don't think they played it in the live stream.
I think it was
because they didn't want it. He didn't want it on like the internet. So you weren't even allowed to have your phone in there.
Oh, wow.
One
Okay.
dude was trying to film it at one point, and somebody came up and made him take it down, take his camera down, his phone down. But some of the stuff they show is pretty good. There's concentric circles and stuff, just like Plato said. So that might be where Plato was talking about.
It could be. Irish Shytown says Plato makes strong references to what happened to the Minoans, but that's not discounting that Plato's stories had multiple layers. Yeah, I gotta read more. I gotta brush up on all my.
I gotta
old
read more of
texts.
what Plato was saying about that too. I'm not as familiar.
I've perused, you know.
Mhm.
I won't say that like I've went, because, you know, you can get a whole degree in Plato, you know.
Right.
It's not something that's like you read these things that he wrote once and then you understand what he meant.
Mhm.
And I think that's what Irish Chi-Town is saying. There's multiple layers and interpretations and whatnot. So
And that's the thing too with like translations and interpretations. There's so many different ways you can take it. I mean, one person will read the exact same thing and have a completely different idea of the whole thing. So
that happens now, you know. So we're
that
talking
is
about
true.
stuff that's like thousands of years ago.
Well,
Just
just
like
the simple process of hermeneutics to even derive the message in full context from the source material. That's a whole process in itself. Then you have to divulge what the point they're even driving at, you know. So it's such a lengthy process, but it's fun, you know.
Yeah. No, I agree. Plus, I mean, the English language, great. The immortality was great.
Exactly.
That
There you
kinda
go.
it goes right back
Yeah.
to that. So
We made that
basically,
mistake just like now, you know. I mean,
exactly.
that's so
It's
yeah.
all good.
I take Plato with a grain of salt's the wrong word, but you know. And then he's also talking about what Solon told him, right?
Mhm.
So it's not like he was even there. He's writing what somebody else told him. And then you're talking about thousands of years, and then so I think that took place. That Plato translation took place thousands of years before, you know. So you're just dealing with large swaths of space and
Mhm.
time, and
Plus
we can't even understand what Dr. Dries is saying. Well, we just make him that mistake right now. So I don't know. It's
Mhm.
hard for me to go with just that.
Yeah.
We got
Plus,
more
it
Plato.
was I mean, you're going from Egyptian to Greek with Plato's story being told to him or his people before him that told it to him, didn't it? Because it was Egyptians, wasn't it? Egyptian, priests? Or was it someone else?
Maybe, I don't know.
I
We're
couldn't
amateur
remember.
archaeologists, so
That's right, yeah. We don't do our homework.
well, you know, I've read all these books. I've read I've heard Graham Hancock say it 500 times. Just doesn't stay. Just doesn't. All the details don't stay in my brain like normal
Right.
people.
Yeah, shout out to Graham. He's got that surgery coming up.
Yeah, did that go down, or I thought that was this week?
Was it?
I
Okay,
don't
because
know.
I was
I don't
watching,
know.
I think it was Sunday. Yeah, you did Breaking Ancient News on Sunday when you guys were talking about it.
Yeah, because he did a Diary of the CEO,
Mhm.
which is really cool actually, because it's a very mainstream podcast. You know, millions of viewers, and I think that's why he chose to do that, because he wanted to, you know, tell his message and share. Because look, the guy has not been saying, he never said aliens one time, you know, like
Mm-mm.
he's not saying with 100% certainty of anything. He's just asking the questions that we're all thinking, you know.
Yeah, and doing the work going out there.
Doing the work going out there. Yeah. That blue book behind me, the big thick one,
Mhm.
Underworld, that is the result of like thousands of dives. Him and his wife Santa, a decade or more, all across the world, looking for, you know, underwater ruins. So the guys, you can call them amateur archaeologists all you want, but the guys walk the walk. And
Oh
so
yeah, I agree.
I get why he wanted to, you know, knock on wood. But if he, you know, anything were to happen at his age, having a heart surgery, he would want to put down a last statement of, look, this is who I am and this is my work. for the record, because there's so many people out there trying to disparage him for whatever reason. I don't quite get it. The most dangerous show on Netflix.
Right. So I'm not a member of it because I'm not gonna let myself become a member of it. But on Facebook, there's Flint Dibble's Archaeology Hall of Shame or Wall of Shame.
Yeah.
And someone posted that interview up. You should see how disgusting these people are in the comments.
Oh my gosh.
It is unbelievable that they're like wishing death upon Graham.
Really?
Is it as vitriolic?
Oh yeah,
they're
like Graham's finally going out. Please don't get my hopes up, stuff like that. It's like,
oh
what
my
the
gosh,
fuck? You guys are sick.
Is it really that, like, I don't know, challenging for you? Like, does it really hurt your ego that much that, like, you're, I don't know, because it's not like, if you're an archaeologist and your job is to work in this narrow field of archaeology, you don't have to, like, because most archaeologists do work in a narrow field, right? Like Flint Dibble himself, like, works in a narrow field or worked in a narrow field.
And I'll bet he's an absolute expert on his share of the field.
Exactly. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that you have to buy this like overarching narrative and then like own it to like fight for it till like tooth and nail and like be soulless like that. Like what, because Graham is not a bad guy. And you know what else? Even like his biggest detractor, Zahir, was him, and those two get along now, right? They're not even like, I wouldn't say they're homies, but
right. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all searching the same thing as answers of the past. It's just everyone has different ideas of what that past looked like. And just like anytime I do a video or something like that, I rarely ever, if not ever, say I know this or we know this. It's like, some theories are we think or I believe. I don't know anything. Even most archaeology is speculation because we weren't there to actually witness what happened with whatever you're holding in your hand or the site you're looking at.
Steve Wilbur up in the house. What's up, Steve?
What's up, Steve?
How's it going?
It doesn't.
It was John Hoop's group. Okay, he's not much better.
No.
It doesn't help too that some people just simply don't believe in objective truth too, and to them everything is postmodern, subjective, up to your interpretation, and then in that light it becomes like a cult where their entire identity is wrapped up in this, and if you question their belief on this supposed thing, then they take it very personally and wish you harm. It's too bad. You got to have a life outside of things too, have meaning and purpose.
It's very culty, and I think you hit the nail on the head about the meaning and purpose. It's like, I guess that is their meaning and purpose.
True.
But I still don't get like, wishing death on someone. Like,
that's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's like too much. It's too far to, like, okay, so somebody's work is challenging your meaning and purpose, so then you wish death on them. That is culty.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I just look at it now and then just to see what is going on the other side of things with people that I don't personally interact with. Don't get me wrong, a lot of them I'd love to talk to some of the archaeologists on a lot of things that I have questions about that I can't get access anywhere, but I just keep myself at a distance because they're saying stuff about people that I like or even people I know. So,
well, I think that's part of the problem, right? Is like this great divide between alternative history and mainstream archaeology, which is why I've had a handful of actual archaeologists on my show. The ones who have agreed to, like David Connolly, he's been on my show. I'm trying to think of this marine archaeologist's name who's been on my show. Found a lost castle in Scotland, which is pretty dope.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I part of me wants to try to bridge that gap a little bit because if you have like a specialty and you've worked in a certain area of the world doing a certain thing for 20 years or 40 years, in some cases 50 years, you have a piece to add to the puzzle. but it is a puzzle. That's the thing. It's, you don't, just because you have a piece doesn't mean you got the puzzle filled, right? And just because you work with a couple people, got a couple other pieces to the puzzle, doesn't mean it's not, the puzzle's complete. You know?
Right. Yeah, it says Steve says Jacqueline summed it up well in the Occult Rejects interview. A degree does not mean more knowledge than someone dedicated to the research. Yeah.
Yeah, and as someone like I've got a couple degrees, and I don't flex that very often, but it's, you don't even have to be that awesome to get one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have an associate's degree. I don't use. Well, I suppose I kind of do. It's in like AutoCAD and architecture, but
Like I saw people pass through like my graduate program that like I couldn't believe like they were, you know, like it, and shout out to them. They did the work and stuff, but the thing is the academic system is a moneymaker, right? They want you to get the degree.
Yep.
You know, so just because you have a degree doesn't mean you like are extra smart or anything. Like me, I'm just a regular guy.
Right, yeah, I know a lot of people that were like grade A students, valedictorian, you know, master's degrees, sometimes even doctorates, and they are just completely clueless to the world.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of terrifying, actually, that those are supposed to be like the higher end of our educational world, yet they half the time don't know if they can turn right on a red light or not.
Yeah.
The only time I have that issue is when I'm in Florida and there's 25 different lights, because I have 8 stoplights in 300 miles where I live. So
nice. That sounds amazing.
Yep.
Jeff, you know how you know you made it?
Oh.
You're gonna end up on that John Hoops Wall of Shame right there, featuring JeffUPNorth Archaeology Wall of Shame on Facebook.
You know what you're going to have to do, Jeff?
Amateur archaeology.
George Lucas, when the very first Star Wars came out, he printed out all the negative reviews and put it on a T-shirt and wore it while he's filming the rest of them. So when they do that, you need to print it out and put it up on the wall, all your bad reviews. And
I got my first bad comment, negative comment right there behind me. It says "seek help."
That's awesome.
Seek
so
help.
I put my first YouTube dollar underneath it. So
that's awesome.
Seek
company
help.
started. Yep. I was laughing so hard. And a friend of ours, Alec Baldwin's finger, he told me, he's like, say something about his mom back.
Oh, if you need to know how to insult, hit up ABF. 100%.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I have to like bite my fingers every time and just say, thank you so much for watching and appreciate the comment.
Yeah, I do too. Just hit the little the AI generated one.
I get death threats every week at this point, on X especially. So
you're in the political game, so
well, yeah, that'll tend to happen. So
yeah, that heats up.
Yes,
a little culty as well.
Yeah,
a little bit. So we got our answer though on the line of.
There we go. Thank you,
stories.
Mogwai.
Mogwai's awesome at doing quick research too whenever we need it. Solon, Dropidas, Critias, the older, Critias the younger, and Plato.
So there's a game of telephone right there.
That's what Irish says. Chinese telephone. Epic. And then Dries says, I think Plato got a story from a Greek source that got his information 200 before Egypt from the labyrinth near the pyramid. Okay.
Yeah, there you go, man. Game of telescope. Is the game of telephone across hundreds of years and like different languages and stuff.
Right. It's yeah, I mean, I can't even remember something that someone told me. Just like there was in our area, allegedly there's a dog attack. And I heard this whole story, but then I can't find anything about, no news, no police reports, no one talking about it. I'm like, so was this just made up? Or because I heard one story from one person, then another story from another person, but only 2 people had firsthand knowledge of it, and then nothing else. So, I mean, even in small towns where everyone speaks the same language, it's still a mixture of information that gets half of it dropped or half of it added.
It's so true. And then even now in the day of social media, you could get something like completely wrong and then like have like a whole opinion on it. Like this recent UFC White House thing, there was so much like misconception about like what happened at the event and what the event was about and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
There was this narrative going around that I saw so many comments, and people were saying that it was that only rich people could go, and it was like elitist for Trump's birthday party and stuff like that. 60% of the audience in front of the cage was military veterans.
Yeah, there's 1,200 disabled veterans.
Yeah, and there was awesome. 80,000 people that went for free and watched it in this giant. I forget what they were calling it.
I don't even know, but I saw the crowd.
Yeah, there's 80,000 people that went there for free. But the narrative was it was this rich elitist, thing for Trump's birthday. And I watched the whole thing, and they only mentioned Trump's birthday one time. So, and it was like
actually there was a lot of on the ground people that were able to be employed and have a job as a result of this too, and make a living. So
yeah, and it just goes to show you that even now, when all the information's at the tip of your fingers, you can walk around with a completely different story of something that happened, and there are people walking around right now that have no idea what actually happened at that event. So,
yep.
If it's not recorded, it didn't happen. Yeah, it's not carved on a cave wall. It did not happen.
Or graffiti inside the Great Pyramid wasn't built by them.
Yep, exactly.
Just wait till people start modifying like cave wall drawings with AI now. It's like, oh, look at this I found in Arizona somewhere.
Well, actually, that's actually something that's happening a lot, especially on Facebook. Someone will say, "Oh, oldest cave paintings found, or new carvings on some wall," and you can tell that it is an AI generated, like it'll be like a T pillar at Göbekli Tepe with like Chinese writing all over it. And there will be people in the comments, whether they're real people or not, that are just eating it up. That's the kind of shit that bothers me, is because people are, especially if they're not able to discern between AI and a real picture, which, I mean, at this point, come on. Some things are extremely good, but there's always a tell.
Facebook's just terrible for that.
Yes.
And I must say that also it doesn't help the whole pseudo archaeology or alt archaeology versus mainstream argument. That just gives those academics ammo, because then you lump Graham in with stupid shit, right?
Yeah, and that's they lump all of us in, all of us that don't follow the textbook narrative or the mainstream narrative of it. When I see that stuff, I'm just like, why? Can I report this or something? But at the same time, they have that right to do that, unless they're making someone say something they didn't actually say. But so there's nothing really you can do about it.
Yeah, not really. And you have to be a grown-up and use your own discernment. And just not everyone has that ability. They're just flipping through their phone and going, oh, sweet, Chinese carvings on Göbekli Tepe.
And then they'll send it to their other friends. And most of these people, like Will from Incredible History says, the boomers. He's like, I love the boomers. They're my audience, and mine too. Hey, you're all awesome, but you got to be careful out there. Always question what you see.
Always watch out for the grandparents on Facebook, because
I don't think
there's scammers everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, it must be. Go ahead, Isaac.
No, just on the Unsubscribe podcast with AK Guy, Donut Operator. They were talking about how Fat Electrician, all them, how actually there are people using the voices of people's grandchildren with AI, modifying it and making phone calls for ransom money.
Oh my God.
And it's like, can I talk to my grandchild? And yeah, they pulled a clip of their grandkid talking in a video clip, and it's an AI ransom, sound bit now. So so people are actually paying up. It's crazy.
If your grandkids are asking you for multiple Amazon gift cards at $50 a pop, don't do it.
Yeah. Do not redeem them. That's for sure. Yeah.
I have a lot of empathy for the boomers, and actually more older than them as well. Just because Well, I'm 44. You know, I was like when I was in 12th grade, I think I knew one kid who had a cell phone, and in my neighborhood there was like one guy who had the internet, and you know, we'd go over there and like download music and shit. But like I
You mean
everything
purchase music?
Shout out
yeah.
LimeWire.
Shout out LimeWire, yeah.
Mhm.
But everything changed so fast for these people who were like 65 plus all of a sudden,
Yep.
right? It changed fast for us, you know. And so, you know, I think we need to help those people out a little bit. I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know. But like you said, being like, you know, the one person that had a cell phone. I was born in 94. And so I'm in that in between where I grew up in the late 90s, early 2000s, and then everything just like that just shifted over. And I got my first phone, I think I was 12 or 13, but it was just a track phone. You
Yeah,
had minutes
same.
on it, and it was only for emergencies or needed to call my parents. That was all it was. And then was it the BlackBerry? I think was the next one that came out. It had the full keyboards and all that, and little roller wheel.
Yeah.
And that was the coolest thing in the world. You know, everyone, the people that had that, you looked at them, they're like, oh, they are the highest echelon of
Whoa.
modern society, you know? And now it's all iPhones. It's all
Yeah.
touch screen and video. I mean, we didn't even have like FaceTime and video chats and stuff at the time either. Hell,
Yeah,
even taking a picture.
I don't have kids, and I'd never really spent a whole time around kids until I started coaching basketball a couple of years ago. And talking to, you know, the coaches and the parents and stuff over the last couple of years, these cell phones like are causing like mass anxiety. Like all these kids are on anxiety medication and ADHD medication, whether they need it or not. Some cases they do, some cases they don't. Yeah. And you know, like part of it's phones and part of it's like pharmaceutical industry. Like, you know, like my kid's misbehaving. Okay, let's take him to the doctor. Okay, here's some here's some drugs.
Right.
And then you think, well, they're a doctor, right? But you know, I'm not a prescriber, but my profession is a counselor, and I know how all that works. And you know, plus as a combat veteran, I've been through the ringer getting prescribed pretty much everything. And it really is like throwing spaghetti at a wall. They really don't know what each individual SSRI is going to do to your individual brain chemistry. That's why when you go, they go, try this for 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, that didn't work. Up your dose. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, up your dose. Okay, that didn't work. We'll try a new one. And it's throwing spaghetti at a wall. And they don't really know what it does. And I'm not, look, anyone who's on an SSRI in the chat who's watching or whatever, and it helps them, it does help some people, right? And what I'm saying is we need to teach our kids to be more resilient, and also to understand that this goes back to the degree thing. Doctors don't know everything. Your doctor is, when he goes out of the room, you tell him what's going on, he's chat GPT in that shit. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So
WebMD. They're looking on WebMD.
Yeah, you know, that was 5 years ago. He's going on WebMD. Now he's just chat GPT. Now he's just chat GPT and that shit. So
I think you make a very good point, just to elaborate on that, because there is a lot of guesswork involved. And you know, I was homeschooled for the entirety of my school. So, you know, I couldn't imagine, you know, being a rambunctious young boy and being forced to sit under 10 hours of fluorescent lighting every day, being told to sit still and shut up.
Oh my gosh.
And eating God knows what, and
dude, some school lunches,
God knows what. How do you get, how do you get educated like that and expect to be healthy at the end of the day, you know?
Plus it's a one size fits all in the community schooling. It's very rarely that if they do a separate type of education for someone, they just throw them in special ed. So
it's lowest common denominator.
Yeah, take it for what it is.
Well, I was kind of smart when I was a kid, and I could do the work pretty quickly, and I was also very rambunctious, and so I would get in trouble a lot. And they would always say, David. That's what they called me back then. Some people call me David. Jacqueline calls me David if she's watching. But because I've known Jacqueline's known me since then. So she from Universe Unveiled.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, we've known each other since we were 10 or something like that.
Oh, wow. Okay,
and
I didn't know that.
She knows me from back then. And every teacher I ever had was like, he has ADHD. He needs medication. My mom would never let them. But if you go to the Diagnostic Statistical Manual of Mental Health Disorders, the DSM-5, and you go to the criteria, I pretty much hit every single one of them. And I don't care. I ain't taking your drugs. I'm fine the way I am.
My mom never even let me get the fluoride treatment at the dentist. And subsequently, I don't get sick.
Lucky.
For some reason. As an adult, I never get sick. I don't know why.
That fluoride always made me feel weird, man. As soon as they started, you just knew. Even I was a kid, I didn't know, but I like something felt wrong about it. Like it was like I'm getting some kind of chemical spray down my throat. What's going on here?
Yeah. It's like this is for cleaning pools, I think.
Right.
No.
This is not a route I expected us to go.
No, screw it.
But no, now that you mentioned like the ADHD thing, like when I was in 1st and 2nd grade, my teachers kept telling my parents, like, hey, he's got ADHD. Put him on pills. Get him on Ritalin or whatever it was at the time, Ritalin or
it was Ritalin probably.
Yeah. So like late 90s, turn of the millennium. But my parents were like, no, he's a kid. He's gonna be hyper. And I never really had much problems focusing at first. I suppose I didn't really realize it until later on. I'm like, I really sometimes can't focus on one thing. I just jump around. Like I'll start doing a project at home and I'll like find a box in the corner. Like, what's in the box? And I'll open it up and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I'll like old like baseball cards and stuff like that. And then I'll just sit down for an hour looking through it. And then I'll go around my house trying to find all my other cards and go through everything, see if there's anything worth money. Before I know what the day is gone and my original plan is just shot. So
that's textbook.
Yeah. Amber, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but welcome to the show.
Hey, Amber.
Stuff you're seeing in there. Nerd Slap coming in. Yo.
What's up, dude? What's up?
Nerd Slap Gaming. So you have a gaming channel?
Yep. He's got Nerd Slap Gaming.
And the Nerd Files too.
Yep, and the Nerd Files. We've been we did a show on Sunday. Did a little bit. He does sometimes like the conspiracy theories, aliens, UFOs, and then also pop culture, movies, TV shows, games, all sorts of stuff.
That's a good segue into what I was going to talk about.
I had it pulled up over here. I believe I know what you're going to talk about. We'll get a last few of these quick. ADHD would have been an asset if you were a hunter-gatherer. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
maybe.
I don't think if you were a gatherer, but if you were a hunter, for sure. That's why I thrived in gym class and didn't thrive in math class.
Yeah, exactly. I the main reason I started getting worse and worse grades as time went on is I just stopped doing my homework.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I do it in class. G bro, what's up, brother? Good seeing you. South Bend is with you. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Good to see you.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, there you are. Yeah, you guys would get along. I was gonna have you guys both on that first time you were supposed to come on, Dave, but you couldn't make it, so I just had Nerd come in. So
what happened? I forget what happened.
Birthday party or something, I think.
Oh yeah, it was my father-in-law's birthday party. My wife has a big family, and they're always having birthdays, and they always come out of nowhere. And my wife's always like, "Oh, by the way," so my bad. 75 though,
Hey, that's a milestone. I'll tell you that.
Big one. That's awesome. I couldn't miss that one.
No, absolutely not. So no, we gotta get you guys together sometime. That'd be a good time.
I gotta get him maybe on my show too.
I think that'd be good. That'd be a good choice.
Well, we have gaming in common too. Like I'm surrounded by a few thousand retro video games.
Right now. Hell yeah. Speaking my language, yeah.
As I say, that's half of our friends group. More than half is the gaming stuff. So
geeks and gamers,
Yep.
Yeah, I've got 270 something NES games right there.
Wow.
Yeah, cartridges.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's just me like satiating the childhood me that couldn't buy the shit when I was a kid. And also that one time that I sold my collection for weed when I was like 17.
Satiating your childhood things you couldn't buy. Yeah.
There you go. Are you going to put that bad boy together, or are you going to keep it like that?
Oh, I'm going to put it together. I think I might actually even do some streams on it whenever I get a day that I can sit down and get a camera set up to like a top down of me building it. Just kind of hang out with anyone who wants to hop in and talk to me while I do it.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll hang out for a bit.
Hell yeah. I'll have to let you know when I just get time to do it. Next few weeks are just busy for me. Thank you. You guys ever heard of Wyandotte?
Mm-mm.
Been Wyandotte? Wyandotte. Sounds familiar. I know I've heard of it, but I can't place of where it is. All right, nerds, just have to get you on sometime too.
Michigan. It's a city in Michigan.
Oh, that's why I thought I knew it. Okay, no, I need to find. So I think it should be downstate. I think. If I can find it. Oh well. So yeah, that makes more sense. But welcome. Near Detroit. Okay. There it is.
That's true in the chat. Dan Vask has one of the biggest retro game collections in South America, probably. So
yeah, in Brazil. Whereas Nerdrotic always says he's running from packs of rabid children and dogs
and burning down rainforests at the same time.
Okay, I lived there on an ancient ocean ridge or something that was here 12,000 years ago. Ooh,
cool.
Actually, you know what? Yes, I did see your comment in one of my last videos. Thank you. I needed to look into that because I know there's a lot of sandstone and limestone downstate, so I got to look into that.
Potential exploration for Jeff.
Absolutely. A lot of indigenous people here. Yeah, there's tons of mounds down near the Detroit and the Grand Rapids area, and most of them are gone now. Like, there's only like one page in Greg Little's book. Like, I think there's 2 pages total of Michigan mounds in his book.
Did you get one?
Yeah. The 3rd edition. Yeah.
Mine's back there. Did you get a signed one?
I did.
Me too.
Shout out to Dr. Greg Little. He's his Encyclopedia of American Indian Mounds and Native American Mounds and Native American Indian Mounds and Earthworks. There it is.
Yeah, man.
I got the other one right here.
It's astonishing. Like, it's hard to believe. Like, I remember when he's on my show, I was like making an offhand comment about how in Iowa there was a few hundred mounds, and I'm from Iowa. I never grew up there, but I was born there, and I did live there for about 8 years. And he was like, few hundred. How about 20,000? That's my Greg Little impression. 20,000. And I was like, what the fuck? 20,000 mounds just in Iowa. So it's like, yeah, when you get the encyclopedia, it's like you want. There's so many. It's like hard to fit like information about each one. And like I spent about 4 hours like pouring through it one time, and then I was like, man, this is like too much. I get it, Greg.
Yeah, no, I mean, I only look at certain sections of areas that I know I'll be frequenting or visiting to see if there's anything that I wasn't aware of. But his new one actually added a few more in my area in like Wisconsin, some more in Michigan, but nothing very prominent. Just a few smaller burial mounds, but
yeah, that's why I go with Randall on the at least in the part when it comes to Younger Dryas impact or air burst hypothesis that like it's why like most of the ones aren't even visible anymore and stuff. It's because the epicenter of the supposed airburst or impact was north, like in the north half of the continent, which would have wiped out the global ancient civilization that I was talking about, mostly in North America. Like North America would have taken the brunt of it.
Oh, for sure. Why did all the megafauna die off in like an instant at the same time? You know. Well, obviously a geological instant, but serotonin is created when your eyes make contact for 20 minutes with the natural sun. Yeah, I've tried staring at the sun. It doesn't work too long, but I need to start getting out in the morning right away. You know, just looking up in the sky, getting some sun on my skin before just hopping in my truck, throwing on my sunglasses and going to work.
Sun gazing. It's I used to do that when I lived in California. When at the end of the day, as the sun was setting, my buddy and I would go to the beach and just kind of do a little sun gazing. I thought it helped. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
made me feel more at peace.
yeah. It's sun's good for you. Make sure you get some. All right. Speaking of eyes and gazing, Disclosure Day.
Yeah.
What are your? So this is the new movie from Steven Spielberg that, I mean, called Disclosure Day. It's supposed to be about if people around the world were fully disclosed that, say, alien races were existed, or we were not alone in the universe, and that they've been here, we've been testing on them, they've been testing on us. What are your initial thoughts, Dave?
Well, if I were to just because as he pointed out, I've been nerding out about this topic for quite some time, and I'm no expert. There are people out there who literally know all the different details of all the different stories and major sightings and yada yada, and all the whistleblowers, and they know they're into everything. I'm no expert. But if I were to wipe all my interest away on this topic ever since I was a kid, and just go into the movie, I wouldn't have gave it a very high rating as a movie. I would have gave it maybe a 6.5 out of 10. The movie was missing. I wasn't super invested in any of the characters. Those guys in the black suits, and sorry, what is it called? I don't want to give any spoilers, but
yeah,
I'll try my best.
We'll do our best.
But the bad guys were basically like stormtroopers, you know?
Oh yeah. Okay. I know I've heard it said before from multiple people that watched it and talked about the movie, but I'm going to say this from my own viewing of the movie the other night. They could have put a bullet in them at any moment.
Yeah.
That they were either chasing them or they had them dead to rights multiple times.
Yeah.
And when there's the fence scene when he's sneaking around.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. What about when they were they drove the car off the cliff and then they were standing behind that bush.
Yeah.
Literally 7 feet away. Did you see this movie, Isaac?
He has.
I did not. I've seen multiple reviews for it, and I have trustworthy friends who reviewed it, and I have my opinions. I'm definitely not seeing it in theaters. If I have the opportunity to stream it, I'll consider it. I'm not a big modern day Spielberg fan. I have my opinions, so
yeah. And so as an overall movie, didn't love it. One thing I did like about it was that it got the topic of disclosure and UFO phenomenon into the mainstream like never before. And we live in this weird time where we're getting war.gov/UFO drops every 2 weeks, which I do you guys think the timing of which when it comes to this movie and those drops are a little suspicious? Maybe, I don't know. Part of the whole.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, Isaac.
Well, they capitalized on it, and it was a meme. So it was about illegal aliens for the for all that, and they capitalized, just to get some attention. It was kind of funny the way it dropped. I think anything regarding UFOs, if that's what you want to call it, I'm not going to trust the government to tell the truth on that.
Yeah,
that's not even a political thing. I don't care who's in office. I'm not a big government truster, so
I gotta know.
If they do disclose anything, I'm kind of gonna believe the opposite anyway. So
that's why you're moving to New Hampshire, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Less government in my life is a good thing. So yeah, I'm happy about that.
Yeah, man. Because I've spent a lot of time in these UFO UAP files, the 3 different drops, and just because, hey. It's my belief that, this phenomenon is real. I just know too many people who have seen, experienced, witnessed different types of UFOs and UAPs, things like that. What's up, Rubate? And also, the ancients saw that shit too. So this
Yep.
has been going along to tie it back into, you know, ancient shit. You know, lost ancient history and modern UFO disclosure are not necessarily separate stories. They're kind of stories told at different speeds. You know, one's written on a cave wall and one's in a Steven Spielberg movie, or it's, you know, getting dropped on war.gov/UFO or whatever. I just don't believe that. There may be some like groups, humans out there that know the truth to a degree, but I think for the most part, humans don't actually know what it is, what the phenomenon is, you know. But the movie, what does it mean for disclosure itself? Not much, except putting it into the mainstream. There was a scene that I'm not going to give away towards the end that made me a little emotional, not because of the storytelling of the movie or anything. It was much along the lines of what Isaac said, which was that, like, I want to know, and I want to know the truth, and I know I'm not going to get it from a Steven Spielberg movie or from the government or anything like that. And that made me feel like a longing to really understand, you know, the nature of our reality, because I don't think we have all the pieces put together. And I'll just give you an analogy, right? Like a cat, you know, sees, smells, feels, you know, perceives its environment much different than we do. I'm not putting us on the same level as a cat for people who are creationists or anything like that. I don't know what I am, but what I'm saying is even human to human, your perception is very different of your reality. And it's entirely possible that we're not on the top of the perception level, the perception spectrum, so to speak, right? And and we know through like quantum physics and stuff like that that there are unseen worlds and unseen you know, layers of the universe that we don't understand. So I think that is, versus like the narrative X-Files or, you know, flying saucer abducts you, that kind of thing. That's not really what I think it is. I think it's more like something that's extra sensory, extra perception. That's why like people communicate. I talked to a lot of people on my show about psychedelics, and a lot of times in these psychedelic experiences, you connect with what people describe as like entities, higher level beings. You know, people describe connecting with entities during episodes of sleep paralysis, things like that. And yeah, go ahead.
Is that like the elves Joe Rogan was talking about?
Yeah. Machine elves.
Yeah, the machine elves. Yeah, that's a common one. There's mantis beings that pop up all the time in people's experiences.
Shadow people.
Those show up during the sleep paralysis. And you know, and then also to take it back to disclosure and this war.gov stuff and whatnot, and most of what, because like, okay, almost every person I ask who said, if I say, have you ever seen a UFO? And I ask almost everyone who comes on my show, the ones that have said it, and it's not your classic, you know, flying saucer, dish shape, yada yada, looks machine like. It's almost always orb like, right? People describe them as plasma orbs, or, you know, oscillating orbs and lights in the sky, and it's like, and then they seem to move in sort of a way that we can't quite understand. You know, it's like erratic, you know, changing colors, blinking in and out of like your field of perception. And, you know, sometimes I feel like we're, you know, in a fishbowl, and those are like people sticking their nose up against the bowl.
Yeah, like or an ant farm or worm farm, whatever, whichever one.
Right.
So I think the way that they So for anyone, this is not really much of a spoiler, but this is just like the last 15 minutes of the movie, the way they handle all that. I think they could have had that more of that in the movie. Like it's showing the released files, all the videos. They could have had something cool, like even putting those in the film, apart from just like a released video file. Like some of those we'll call them ships.
Yeah, that was an interesting scene,
Mhm.
right? Because I think I could be wrong, but I think some of what they were showing, when try not to give too much away, but
Mhm.
they were showing a bunch of different things at the same time, and
Yeah.
you're just kind of getting blasted with disclosure all at the same time. And some of what they were showing, I think, were actual stuff that's in the drops and stuff that they have. But then some of it was, obviously, like they're showing. I don't want to give too much away, but they're
Right.
showing stuff that's like, it's like a straight up UFO. And if disclosure was going to happen, I feel like that's the one thing I think the movie got right, is that if it was going to happen, it has to be that way.
Yep.
It has to be all at once, all at the same time for everyone. Otherwise, people are going to use it for control.
Absolutely.
Have you ever seen Man of Steel by any chance?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, remember General Zod transmitting on the televisions worldwide when he announces, one of us is among you type of thing. You're right. That's the only way it could effectively be done everywhere all at once.
For everyone, right?
Yeah.
Blue beam.
Right.
Yeah.
CJ Zinker. Oh, this is from a little bit ago. Sorry. Hey guys, going on vacation in the UP in a few weeks. Do you have any suggestions for the ancient sites to see while I bum up there? It's tough to really. That's the thing is about the UP is there's nothing really marked or posted as ancient sites. I mean, the ancient copper mines are just pits and like holes in the middle of the woods. But one place is really cool is what is it called? Kiti Tepi. I know I'm messing that up, but it's a spring. It's a giant like 300 foot or 200 foot deep clear water lake. It's a spring. You see all the way down the bottom, huge fish. That's a pretty cool place. Just anything up in the Keweenaw for mining. They have underground mine tours and stuff like that in the old copper mines. That's some cool stuff too. Sorry to derail there, but I wanted to get that in case he happened to pop up before I got to it. So there's a lot of cool stuff. Reach out to me either on you can shoot me a message on Twitter and I can give you some more. If you have Twitter, I can give you some more suggestions.
I'll shoot Rubate with the $5. Shout out.
Oh, I'm in starred. That's why I'm like, I said, where are all these? Question from Jeff B. How many of you think the federal government is just fake, scripted, and produced?
I believe that.
I mean, I think a large percentage of what we're shown and told is controlled, if that's what he's asking. I think 80% is a good number.
Yep. And even with all these disclosure UFO drops, how much of it is just like, oh, look at the dancing monkey over here while something else is going on over there,
Yeah, I mean, what bigger way to distract the population, from, I don't want to get into a whole political thing, so I won't, but
right.
to distract from global affairs and criminal activity amongst elite politicians and finance people and whatnot. What better way to distract people, especially boomers, than with UFOs?
Or us.
Yeah.
And I'll just
I'm not. It's distracting me. I'll tell you that much.
Yep.
If I can just put my 2 cents in with this, I it's not a secret, and I keep the politics from my channel. I respect Jeff, of course, and obviously not a secret. I'm a hardcore Protestant Christian creationist. I have my views on all these things, and I didn't appreciate how. Yeah, I didn't appreciate how.
That's for Nerd Stop Gaming. Sorry, he said wave
a
card when the
I'm glad you did it.
Done.
I didn't appreciate how Mr. Spielberg, in press interviews leading up to
Mhm.
this movie said that, oh, this may attack, or I don't have the exact phrasing, but this may fracture the Christian faith, going into it. I don't,
Yeah.
just from a person who enjoys movies, that doesn't encourage me to want to go see it. You maybe shouldn't lay it out like that, in my opinion.
Okay.
Maybe say go into open-minded. That's a good thing, but
Yeah.
to target particular, whatever.
Mute one more time, nerd stop, and then I'll wave like a tart again. There
I'm gonna
was
sketch up
there
here. Holy
was
shit.
there was a very small like piece of that in the movie, so I don't even know why he said that.
I don't either. See, that's what put a bad taste in
Yeah,
my
it
mouth,
was
because
it was
I was interested initially, and then I'm like,
Right.
why did I don't know? Weird.
I shouldn't do that. I feel I feel bad. No, I'm not. I'm waving like I don't know. You know what I mean?
we know what you're trying to do.
I should just doing what he said.
The whole thing's a psyop. Sophie, everyone already spoiled that. Hi, Sophie.
Yeah, the whole alien thing is a psyop. Yeah, I think it is in the sense that they're using it as a psyop, right?
Yep. Oh, and it's
go
continue
ahead.
on. Sorry, Dave.
No, you go. I'm going
Okay.
to share a screen quick, but
Yeah, absolutely. No, what I was gonna say is that it's definitely a movie made for normies that don't actually follow into the UFO stuff at all or anything disclosure wise.
yeah.
Because
Can you share that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's part of the psyop, right? It's like we've got to find out about these UFOs because China and Russia are finding out about these UFOs, right? And I'm not. We don't need to go through this whole article. I'm just as an example. If they're reverse engineering them, we've got to reverse engineer them too, right? And
right. I'd say so.
I mean that's probably true, but at the same time, that's what they're talking about is like technology, like down crafts and technology and stuff like that. And the vast majority of the quote phenomenon is like it's orbs and shit, right? It's like entities and that kind of thing.
It's like the Nazi bell from World War II. They had supposedly anti-gravity devices, supposedly, and all these man-made gravity manipulation things, all sorts of things. And I tend to lean more towards that human innovation more than intergalactic visitors myself.
I do too. And then so that would separate those two things, right? Is like the orbs and whatnot that people are seeing that like they're not down crafts and things that people think they can communicate with them and stuff. I don't know about that, but I know a lot of people who do think that, and I know a lot of people who say they can communicate with them. But then there's also the element of we're creating human. This is like technology. They always say technology is the government has technology 50, especially the defense industry has technology 50 years ahead of what we think they do. Maybe they could have made flat screen TVs 25, 30 years before they were actually put on the market, that kind of thing. And I think that the psyop of the UFO UAP phenomenon that we're getting, like, because right now this is like the craziest time for disclosure ever. Oh, thanks, Mogwai. This is like the craziest time for quote disclosure ever because it's mainstream. Like it's on ABC, it's on CBS, it's on CNN, it's on the federal government's got a website where they're dropping files that we can take a look at a couple of the recent ones.
If the mainstream media says it, we know it's true then.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's what I mean, right? It's like in everyone's face all at the same time. So when homeboy back there, I can't remember who said it was a psyop. That's how you know it's a psyop, right? If it's on CNN and Fox at the same time, it's definitely a psyop.
It's just like that study. I saw that I said, is a psyop is a psyop is a psyop. I'm like, well, that's some Inception shit, but it makes sense.
Do you guys think that because I'm just going on. I'm first of all, I've never seen a UFO. I've never seen an orb. I went to Contact in the Desert. There's this dude, Chris Bledsoe, who's like big in the community. Supposedly he can like call these orbs and talk to them and do it in a group. Well, I went into the group and, some people said they saw them and I didn't see shit. But I've also talked to too many people who I find credible that can see them that, or have seen them, that I don't disbelieve. I'm kind of like, I need to see it, but I'm on the fence. Do you guys think that like there's anything to that outside of what Isaac was talking about with the the human ingenuity part, where we're seeing crafts like they're showing us military video of our own military utilizing advanced technology versus this whatever this other thing is? Do you guys think there's anything to that?
I don't. I'm almost wondering if it's kind of like the was it the double slit experiment? The
Double
ions,
slit,
the double
yeah.
slit. Yeah, it's like when you observe it, it's not there. It is there. Kind of like Schrodinger's cat. It's things act differently when they're observed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a proven fact. But how do you know that they act differently without observing them if you're actually observing them by not observing them? That's the part that I can't really wrap my head around.
Well, also, our perception is limited too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Steve said a comment way back there, but Steve made a comment something along the lines of
I'm trying to catch up here myself.
Our human, our in our regular human state, our perception is very limited. And I think that's true. And I think our brains can perceive a certain bandwidth, and even that's, like I mentioned, that's different from human to human.
Mm-hmm.
That's why some humans can see weird orbs and some can't. And I think that there's probably an infinite space beyond that, almost infinite space beyond that. And so yeah, I think when you talk about the double slit experiment, it tells you that matter isn't matter until you observe it, until it has an observer. Does a tree fall in the woods? Does this tree make a sound or whatever when it falls in the woods if no one's around to hear it?
Does a bear shit in the woods? Same thing. Yeah. No, it shits in my driveway after it went through the dumpster.
Yeah.
Sorry, that just happened.
Yeah. So
how's your retaining wall, Jeff? No,
yeah.
But when you go back in time, because I know this shows a lot about ancient history. Our ancestors carved into stone and encoded in myth, like sky gods, celestial visitors, bringers of forbidden knowledge from the beyond or from the sky. And it's not a new story.
No, and just like Steve, you brought up earlier here, earliest recorded orb report was July 11th, 1801 in Hull, England.
Really? I did not know that.
I was not aware of that either.
Well, there's a lot of things, from my perspective, Christian perspective, all throughout the Bible, New Testament, Old Testament, Ezekiel's wheel. Just even look that up. I mean, things that the prophets have recited. If you look up even an AI depiction of what Ezekiel's wheel looked like, we would probably think that would look like a UFO today.
Oh, was that the like the ring inside of a ring?
The ring, multiple, yeah. with eyes like an eye and wings, and from the faith perspective, that's a celestial being, which it is, angelic, and from the same eyeballs in a different person from a secular perspective could see that as, hey, that's life from another planet, but we're still observing the same thing, just coming to different conclusions. But yeah, so it's interesting, it's different schools of thought there for sure.
Yeah, I think you could make that same comparison cross-culturally to not just secular to religious. And then cross time as well. You're looking at it through the perspective of the place and time and your belief system all at the same time. But the truth is, we don't understand everything.
I personally had two experiences with
I wanted to ask
UFO. Yeah. So the first time it was probably 2011, 2012. High school, after school or at night, we just hang out in the gas station parking lot. Just a bunch of kids hanging out, shooting the shit, being kids.
Behaving yourselves.
Always, yeah, absolutely. And so one of the guys that was with us, he's like, "What the hell is that?" I'm like, "What?" And he points up. It's dark. It's probably like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, fall time or springtime. Either way, it's still dark early. And there's 3 or 4 lights like hovering above the high school, which is across the highway from where we were. And it's just sitting there for 30, 40 seconds. It just sat there. This ring of lights, or string of lights just sat there. And then it slowly started drifting and moving away until it disappeared.
Huh.
Yeah. And I took a video of it, but it's on an old phone that's been long gone. That's been almost 15 years ago now. So, but there was a few people that were with me, whether or not they still remember it. I do. I cannot explain it at all. I've had people tell me, "Oh, it was just afterburns of jets." I said, "Jets don't hover."
Did it make a sound? Did you? No.
No, we were listening. Even not a sound.
Mad America's cracking me up in there. The truth is out there in gas station parking lots.
Or behind Wendy's.
May I ask, was there
Hey,
a little bit of the wacky tobacco going on there? In the
No, I didn't do that. So
no,
no.
I thought I'm just, the reason I ask is because that's what I would have been doing in a parking lot or the woods or something.
I was pretty straight edge growing up. So
okay. And so you said, what about the other one? You said you saw another one.
So the other one is not last year, but the year before. I was getting off of work at night. I was wintertime. I bartend at a ski hill, and went outside with my coworker. We're the only ones there, and I was telling her about the week before. Took my cousin out to a buddy's camp, and he was from the Lower Peninsula. He grew up around Grand Rapids. City lights. Never really seen the stars like that. But we went out there, and he looked up at the sky, and he was amazed at the stars. And I'm just pointing out satellites. He's like, "I had no idea this is what they look like," which is a sad thing if you think about it. And I was telling her about that. I said, "Oh, there's a satellite right there." I said, that's not a satellite. It's way too low. It's just floating orb just coming right straight line across us. I mean, it could have been a really, really low flying satellite, but it was felt like it was right above our heads low. And there was no drone sound, so it wasn't a drone flying over. There was no one else even in the area there. And then it just went over our heads, kept going, and went and disappeared. Yeah.
Lucky, man. I've never seen shit. I want to see something so bad.
Scared the hell out of me. I was like, did that just happen 5 seconds after I just happened to look up at the sky and point all the other stuff?
Well,
what color was it? Sorry.
It was just a bright light. Actually, I'll tell you what, I think I had
ever since the advent of remote control drones, well, kind of like the one behind Jeff, if it's still there,
it's dead.
I second guess everything I see in the sky because I've seen so many people recording footage with their drones. And,
oh yeah,
your eyes can play tricks.
I also don't think it's a coincidence that the ramping up of sightings is, like at the same time as the extreme advent and increase in drone technology and availability. So,
excuse me. Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I also take the point too. Everybody has a high definition camera in their pocket now too, at all times when you're out and about. So sharing footage isn't that difficult on social media either. I don't know.
Well, in the recent drop, they did share some recently declassified stuff from the FBI that was from civilian cell phones.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
I did check some of it out.
Yeah, if you got them, we'll pull them up.
I haven't had the chance to review any of it, so it's all new to me.
Yeah, we'll have to remember this from Mudskipper too. Don't forget Book of Enoch.
Let's check a couple of these out.
Nutty one. Yeah, let me know when you got to share there. I'll put it up.
I got a couple short ones.
Which is apocryphal, but still interesting information in that book.
Let's do this one here. I think this is the one. That's not the one, civilian one, but let's check this one out anyway. This is October 2024. Local time in northeastern United States, an eyewitness observed a light source below the horizon hovering above a pond at an estimated distance of 2,700 feet. Luminous object resembled a plasma-like sphere. I've also got the other one coming up here where it's like literally somebody's cell phone, but let's check this one out real quick. See what we think of this guy. Yeah, this is also somebody's cell phone. Is that anywhere along the lines of what you saw, Jeff?
That one looks like it's just floating there almost. Unless it's
Yeah.
just the way the camera, because one thing about like the new camera phones is it'll digitally create pixels around whatever you're trying
It
to zoom in
does.
on too.
Yeah.
So, but that it looks like it, except the one I have was moving, like drifting above slowly though. I think I found it here. At least we gotta find it. That's almost, yeah. It's definitely zoomed in.
Yeah, for sure. It's not really doing anything.
Mm-mm.
One thing, if you notice, is that almost all these ones, they'll have like this little tail. Can you see that little tail?
Yeah. I'm wondering if that's something with the camera
Glare?
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could be. Could be. This video is like a minute and some change. Actually, it's like 4 and some change. So I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit.
Okay.
But you can see if it flashes a couple times. You can see it kind of flash out here. That's a little weird.
Yeah. I wonder if it,
there it did it
maybe.
again.
Yeah.
And I
pixels,
mean,
that's what I'm wondering.
at this distance with a cell phone, it's hard to make heads or tails of this. I'm going to share another one though. This is one of the ones that they got a bunch of people got the news all riled up. Let's check this one out.
While you're looking for that, I wanted to hit this because I didn't get to it yet. Rubate, thank you so much, with an Australian $5. Living out in the bush on a farm, the night sky was magnificent. You were in awe just looking at the Milky Way, and it was full of stuff moving. Yeah, you get those, like when I'm out in the woods, if there's no clouds in the sky and it's no moon, no clouds, it is unbelievable what you see up there.
It really is.
It makes you feel so much smaller than you already feel in this universe, and it is amazing. So, yes, if anyone that like lives in like a city or smaller city or towns and stuff like that, if you have a chance to get out where there's no light pollution, do it the next chance you can. Because if it's a clear night, whether the moon's out or not, it will blow your mind. Thank you, Rue. Appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Rue's the best.
Yes, he's all over everyone's chats. He's promoting people, asking awesome questions, and a lot of them too. So he's a good dude. He's a real one.
I would say, just to add to his comment, not just visually but audibly as well. Until you've experienced, getting away from urban sounds and stuff, having either absolute silence or actually hearing the sounds of nature. That puts you in a different headspace too. It really gets you in touch. So.
That's a good point, man. The audible, yeah, that is a really good point. The first time I ever saw the Milky Way was out in Borrego Springs, California. Actually, the Borrego something national state park or whatever. Anyway, I was camping because me and my buddy didn't have anything better to do, and I had no idea this was going to happen. But we were sitting around a campfire in the middle of the desert. And there was no moon that night, and the stars just started popping up like popcorn. It was just, after a while, it got overwhelming. And next thing you know, the Milky Way's there. And then we went for a little walk, and then there was this dude out there, an amateur astronomer with this like massive badass setup. And I talked to him for a while, and then that's when I bought my own telescope. Because it's awe-inspiring, but the audible isolation is something that, like, once you spend some time out in nature long enough and then you go to a city, it's like really, really much more noticeable. That's why people do silent retreats and shit like that to kind of
true, yeah,
themselves out of that.
Oh, I mean, in urban areas, we're sensory overload. Where it's overstimulated.
And we don't even realize it's happening.
Right. We're numb to it, and it's not good.
Yeah.
Here, check this bad boy out, Jeff.
Okay.
Tell me when.
And I know Isaac's got to get going then too, so we'll let him get going after we watch this one quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only got a couple more to show.
Yeah. Well, we can continue if we want, Dave. Isaac's he needs to go watch 21 Jump Street because he needs to go watch it.
Okay. No worries. I'm glad.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
glad
you and
Isaac was here.
Absolutely. No, we can kick it for a little bit longer before I head over that way myself. Okay.
Are we watching this?
Yeah. What the?
Yeah. So this one was the one they're showing all over all the major news sites. Let me see if I can get some context for it quick. In my notes.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, it's.
Yeah. So according to FBI, July 2025, northeastern U.S., that's all they say, 25 miles from the above incident, video of two bright lights, orbs moving smoothly in apparent formation or connected, described as silent and brilliant. One account mentions a red sphere. Witnesses included multiple people. Yeah, weird, eh?
Yeah, no, I hadn't seen that one. Like Steve says, the good videos weren't in the last draft.
No, they weren't. There was some decent. You know what?
Yeah,
we've never gotten any like good ones. You know, in my opinion,
Yeah,
I've seen them all.
Yeah, I want the one where it shows something rising up and.
Right, and it looks like a spaceship.
yeah, and it looks exactly. But
I'll go ahead and stop that one.
Yeah, no, that's Isaac. You got to get going.
Yes.
What do you got coming up?
Yeah, what's going on in Isaac's world?
I'm going to be every Thursday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, in the GCA Discord server hosted by Alec Baldwin's Finger, a friend of all of ours. He is always hosting a movie night watch party. If anyone wanted to join, feel free to hit up Alec Baldwin's Finger on X. I'm sure he can get you in there. But I, as always, on my channel, I'm usually on camera, just dealing with moving stuff. Can't be tonight, but I stream every Monday night on my channel. Politics, current events. Might be offensive to some people, but we keep it PG-13. A lot of memes and satire as well. The Golden Age podcast on my channel, same name as on the screen, and you might see Jeff on there once in a while too, and
every now and
a bunch of the other people in the chat. And I want to say too, Dave, it was great streaming with you. Great
thanks, buddy. Yeah, you too.
Absolutely. I subscribed to your channel, followed you on X, and I look forward to seeing you around more. So.
Thanks. I'll do the same thing. Can I ask once before you go, which 21 Jump Street are you watching? The new one or the old one?
I think
Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum one.
Yeah, that one. Yep. So I've never seen 21 or 22. So ABF and his wife Jessica, it's kind of their job. They're making me see movies I haven't seen before. We've been doing that, so
I like it.
I think that link works.
Yeah, it's a good time. And then Nerd Slap, good point too. Sunday nights on Nerd Slap's channel for Slapcast, and then you can catch me here every other Thursday with Jeff and all sorts of other stuff. But yeah, link tree right there, all my socials. I'm most active on X. I'm chronically active on X actually. So.
All down in the description as well.
Enjoy that New Hampshire freedom, my friend.
I am looking forward to it. It's going to be a breath of fresh air, literally and figuratively. So, gonna be a good month coming up. So, you boys have a good rest of your night, and I will be watching a movie with the boys in the GCA. So,
sounds good.
Adios.
We'll see you over there in a little bit. Thanks for coming on, man.
God bless. Thank you.
See you later. Yeah, go check out all Isaac's stuff he's got going on. Like you said, maybe it's not for you. Maybe you'll find yourself having a good time, but it's all in good fun at the end of the day.
Hanging out, connecting with people. I like it.
Exactly. All right. So we'll get a few of thes quick. Sophie says, "It's why I hate Lima. It's cloudy every night." She lives down in Peru.
And it's cloudy every single night? Is it clear during the day?
I don't know. Maybe. We'll see what she says if she's still in here. Steve says Chile is cited as a country with the highest number of reported sightings per capita.
I wonder why that is.
I don't know.
Supposedly, they are very interested in our nuclear capabilities too.
It's kind of ironic. It was right after the first nuclear test is when they started seeing stuff. And we dropped the bomb. And then Roswell happened.
The timing is, I mean, there's a movie, Star Trek First Contact. It's one of the Star Trek The Next Generation movies. They made in that story, humans made first contact with extraterrestrials right after a dude created a ship that could like go into warp drive and go close to the speed of light.
Okay.
And so it's not out of the realm of possibility that we were just being ignored until all of a sudden they're like, oh, these monkeys can blow themselves up. And anyone religious out there, I don't really think we're monkeys. I think we're more special than that. But everything on this planet's special. But I just think like it's that the timing of that could be a psyop. The timing of that could also be, the reason why they started connecting. And there's all these stories of credible stories, credible people who worked at some of these nuclear facilities where like, they literally shut down, their systems. And UFOs are hovering around and stuff like that.
Yeah. So. Or even the Foo Fighters and stuff the Navy saw during World War II.
Yeah. And off the coast of there's Ryan Graves and a bunch of other pilots, Navy pilots. Supposedly they see weird UFOs almost every day.
Really?
Off the coast of San Diego. Yeah.
Okay.
He testified to that to Congress and also on the Joe Rogan Experience. So
oh wow.
Yeah, they see these like sort of translucent boxes with orbs in the middle that kind of move like without any means of propulsion, and they kind of move in and out of their way, and they're basically told to just ignore them because they don't really interact with the Navy pilots too much. They just kind of hang out and watch.
That's interesting. Yeah, that thing that you can't explain what it is and it looks kind of menacing. Don't just pretend it's not there.
Well, supposedly they at first it was like pretty shocking, and now it's like a weekly occurrence, and so they just make their report on it and go about their day. Now, you can trust whistleblowers as much as you want, right? It could be part of the psyop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I still have issues with David Grush's testimonies.
Yeah, I mean, he seems trustworthy, but as Isaac said, like anything coming out of the government's hard to trust. And then supposedly, well, he's not coming out of the government; he's a whistleblower, right? They're just perverts. And it's like that could be like, because the question got asked, how much of the federal government do you think is full of shit? And I think we all kind of unanimously agreed around 80%. And you can throw whistleblowers in there too, right? I mean,
yeah.
Are they really gonna let former military and stuff come out and say? Are they really going to give them a channel to come out and say, "Hey, UFOs and UAPs are real," unless they want them to tell us that for some reason?
They have to get approval from Congress or whoever else gives them approval of what they can and cannot say publicly as a whistleblower. That's not technically how whistleblower works. Whistleblower is someone that breaks into the news station with stolen government footage and files and puts them on the TV. That's, right. I mean, granted, you're going to be either taken out or thrown in prison for the rest of your life and tried for treason, but
that's what happened to Snowden, and it wasn't even UFO related.
Exactly. So, it was worse.
Yeah, it just feels like worse. Yeah, it just feels like a slow drip of propaganda to, like, I don't know, get us fighting a fake alien war or something like that. But I tend to separate that like mainstream story of what we're getting right now from Disclosure Day and all that stuff.
Yeah, with
the other less explainable phenomenon.
I got it here.
Yeah, let's see.
Found it.
This looks like one of the ones I pulled from the government website.
Yeah, it is. I don't know if you can hear us talking at all. But...
Where are you? I can't hear you.
Oh. What's that? Yeah, this is maybe a mile from where I am now. Yeah, so when you zoom in, it gets that pixelated look.
Yeah, see, that's what you end up seeing in a lot of these government release footage, and that looks exactly that. It did that little flash like the one we just watched.
But I got some of the footage where I'm actually zoomed out.
With a headlight on.
Yeah.
The way it's moving.
It's moving way too slow to be a satellite. Going back and forth.
Way too low.
That's typical. I think you got yourself a legitimate UFO here, Jeff. You should
It's
send this to the
unidentified.
FBI.
They're already watching. For what? Probably nothing here. No reasons here.
That's wild. That looks a lot like what they're releasing on on the government war.gov/UFO. I want to shout out Mogwai for promoing my stuff down there. Thank you so much. He put my channel at Dave's Multiverse on YouTube, but we also do Breaking Ancient News. Myself, Cody from East 10 Outpost, and Aaron from Megalithic Mysteries. Every Sunday, we cover the top 6 stories in the ancient history world. So, yeah, check it out.
Yeah, good stuff. You guys got to go over there. It's same. Even I got to get Aaron and Cody on to talk about their Mexico trip.
You do. They have a fun story.
Yeah, I'm loving the videos that Cody's putting up. The how many part series? I think he said 8-part, wasn't it? He's gonna do an 8-part series.
8-part. I believe he's on 2 or 3. Maybe he's on his 3rd one.
I think he just did the 3rd one last week. Yeah.
Yeah. So. He puts so much love and like he really wants to share a good message, and wants to do, you know, these sites that he's visited justice, and he really is invested in the project, and you can see it in the videos he comes out with, you know.
Yeah, no, what was it, their first day out there, slices his hand open.
That was when they were so there was that spot that he had been thinking about and trying to get to, and was pretty sure it was an ancient site for 3 years or whatever. And he was so like overcome with I don't know, he can't
excitement,
even
for sure.
Excitement, yeah. There's just so many emotions happening. He's got a fucking machete in his hand. He just goes whap, and then he like looks down. The funny thing is, I was supposed to go on this trip, and like I was a combat medic, and like he told his wife. Well, he told his wife that you know, Dave's going to be going, so I'll be fine if anything happens. And I wasn't there, but
yeah. So what happened?
Yeah. Nice knowing you, Jeff.
Oh,
yep. You showed your UFO video.
Yep, I dropped it. That's the first time I've shown it on the internet. Obviously, swamp gas.
For sure. Well, I got to tell you, bro, it looks a lot like all this shit. I mean, here, let me.
Yeah, if you get more, absolutely.
I got a couple more. I don't know how long you trying to go, but
I got a little bit of time. I've seen 21 Jump Street before, so it's we hop in the group, the room with everyone. Everyone turns their mics off. We just watch it, and then we talk about it afterwards. So, and I've seen enough times where if I missed the first little bit, I'll be okay.
This is a weird one. Can you see it?
We pull it up. It's similar to that last one. The two orbs, red.
Yeah. Let me describe
it's further away.
Let
me see if I can find some of the ones that I saved.
Yeah, and this is what we get, right? This is March 2022, 1920 local time in the northeastern United States. Again, eyewitness observed bright red luminous sources hovering near the horizon at an estimated distance of 2,500 feet. Very similar.
Okay.
And yeah, looks a lot like the last one.
Yeah, it seemed. Now I'm wondering, do we have any? No, because that last one you would have seen if it was a plane or not. I was thinking maybe like a drone or some sort of military plane that could be flying with the wingtips having those lights on it at a constant, you know, arch. But planes have flashing lights usually.
Those were flares like in Phoenix. Are you talking the Phoenix lights? Kjell the Third.
What's up, Kjell? K Jelly.
Yeah, when I see this stuff, and I've went through all the videos and all the releases, nothing's blown me away yet. And yeah, that's definitely swamp gas. So for those of you who are like, curious, you don't really have to go look at this stuff. And there's literally hundreds of like files that they have too, from the 40s and the 50s, like literal handwritten accounts versus stuff like this.
Yeah, some of those are kind of out there.
Yeah, some of the handwritten accounts I like better than these. And then there's all these military and NASA documents that are like heavily redacted. It's like hard to really understand what they're saying. They've released a bunch of audio talking to NASA scientists. I do have a little NASA audio.
Yeah, I saw that was in there.
This one doesn't do anything else special.
Okay. Yeah, if you have that, pull it up.
Yeah, I got it right to a spot where he starts talking about
it's like a moon base or something like that, right?
Yeah, I got it right to that spot. Yeah.
Okay.
The NASA ones are weird. And they say some of them are long. Like this one's 55 minutes long, so I had to pull it right to the most interesting spot. But he says a bunch of interesting stuff before this too. But the NASA ones are weird. It's hard to, if the dude was in space and says I don't know, just check it out.
Just call it 0 and scale everything relative to it. So if you're at 100 kilometers, you'll see a 3 gamma dip going over Van de Graaff on the average. Oh, we were fortunate. Also, the near side of the moon.
Does the gravity profile have any? Can you correlate?
I've looked at the gravity profile, and it doesn't seem to correlate at all.
We don't.
Actually, the laser data correlates better with. There's no gravity on the backside. Okay, but on the front side.
Understand.
It correlates pretty well with the laser data, which shows great big hole here in the backside of the moon around Van de Graaff. That's where we get our big hole, but I can't see any scientific justification for connecting the two results.
I will add, they remind you the gamma ray.
That's true.
Secondary peak is also at Van de Graaff. I don't know what it means.
Could be an alien star base or something. Yeah. Anyway, the next slide shows the front side of the moon.
So I'm going to stop it there. But I mean, it's underwhelming because to me, he's obviously joking, right?
Right. But how many people are going to take that and run with it, that not realize he's joking or try to skew it that he wasn't joking? Because the people, if someone writes an article about it or runs it as a headline, they'll see that and not even do any research on it.
That sounds like Facebook to me. NASA astronaut says alien space base behind the moon, right?
Yep. It would be a fly on the wall of those skiffs. I knew you meant skiffs, but I still had to read it because you tried it twice. But yeah, and that's another thing that's really upsetting is, I'd have to talk in a skiff about this. The amount of people in here, including myself and you, whoever they're talking to, don't have the clearance level for it. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, and then you see these people like Steve mentioned Tim Burchett, and I got nothing against him, but you see people like them coming out of these skiffs going, "Oh my gosh, like this changes everything," and it's like
that's like getting a booklet from the White House and flashing it in front of the cameras,
Yes, yes, exactly. We've got the files.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
true.
It is, and some of these are quite comical. Okay, I got to show this one too, because it gets me thinking. Like, are we being mocked? Like, what is this? Okay, check this one out.
I went all blurry all of a sudden.
You did?
They're coming after me. So
this image is an artistic interpretation of a 2022 incident potentially involving a UAP reported near Colorado Springs, Colorado. This image is derived from the first-hand narrative description contained in an FBI file, unresolved UAP report. It looks like a potato, or
I was just gonna say, is that a potato?
It looks like a potato, or like a Tylenol, or something like that. And it's an artist rendition. So we got a lot of artist renditions in this most recent drop.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about all that. There we go. Oh.
Well,
just like some of the videos where artist renditions, like, well, this is where it allegedly took place. and we're
Right.
gonna add this little dot jumping along the sky.
Well, here's another artist rendition: is an interpretation of a reported incident near a sensitive national security site in the Western United States involving UAPs over a period of 2 days in October 2023. Let's check this one out. And again, what can you do with an artist rendition?
Right.
Like, does that really get you going, Jeff?
If it was something absolutely legit, yeah, it kind of looks like it could be Skinwalker Ranch
Yeah.
in the Mesa.
There's one more artist rendition I meant to show, but let me
It-
show it real quick.
You know, and that's the thing, you know, you can make an artist rendition, but because the world
Sharon.
nowadays is so digitally inclined, no one's going to believe a story over video proof. And even that you can't really trust anymore.
No, it's like show me the money. And
Mhm.
these artist renditions do look like some of the ones that were actual videos, though.
Yep. Okay. Now, is this supposed to be a large object with the objects coming out of it, or is that supposed to be the moon in the background?
I think that's the moon in the background.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's similar to the other one we saw.
Yeah.
And this is
But
the
3 string of lights. That's if they were like bright and not red, that's what I'd seen above the school 15 years ago.
yeah, the string of lights is actually a common one.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know.
So-
I'm gonna go ahead
Deep
and stop that.
North Adventures. Hey, Jeff. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for being here. Good to see
Yeah,
you.
appreciate ya.
Let's fire off some rockets. Yeah, exactly. Dude, I need to get, when I was a kid, I used to have one of those rocket sets, you know, like they give you the what the hell, you little capsule you put in the bottom of the rocket, and then you have the handheld and you push the buttons and it shoots the rocket up like 300 feet in the air. And then man, can't talk right now or any day. But then a parachute comes out and you got to chase it down and see where it lands.
Those
That
were
shit's
awesome.
cool. Oh, I need to get more.
Yeah, I bet you could still find those pretty easily, like on Amazon.
Yeah. Hey, remember, like we were talking about earlier, our childish ambitions with adult money.
Exactly.
Not much, but I'm another Youper. Hail to the Youpers. Absolutely. It's always good seeing another Youper in the chat. You get a few of them here and there, but
That's the
Good to
first
see
time I ever heard that for some reason.
yeah,
don't know
that's
why.
what the people that live in the Upper Peninsula in the UP are.
Youpers?
Youpers. Mhm.
Nice.
Actually, Yupanese is its own dialect. Like, I mean, a lot of people have issues understanding me sometimes, but there are people like in the central Upper Peninsula that are just, even I'm just like, whoo.
People have a hard time understanding you?
Yeah, you probably understand me better because of the Canadian
thing, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
that's
there's some
probably true.
people, yeah, because I'll be on some people's streams. There'll be people in the comments that haven't met me before, and they're like, "Does he actually talk like that, or is he just like making it up?" I said, "No, that's me."
Yeah.
Up in the QAnon, nice. Need to get
Yeah.
back up there soon.
But to tie it back into the ancient stuff, since
Mhm.
before we start wrapping up, because I probably got to go here soon to
Yeah.
hang out with my wife. You know, the Sumerians had the Anunnaki, the ancient India had the devas, celestial gods that traveled in flying machines. The
Mhm.
Vimanas, you ever seen those things?
Yeah, those are wicked. I mean,
They're rad, right?
they look like it could be a combustion engine ship. The way they describe
They
it.
do. Yeah, they do. They look like technology, and they're
Mhm.
like ancient stuff. The Hopis had the Kashinas, spirit beings from the stars who came to Earth to guide and teach humans. That's usually part of the story. Obviously, most of us have heard of the Mesoamericans, Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent god who came from the sky, teaching civilization. You ever heard much about the Dogon, Jeff?
Dogon. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, they're in Africa. They're a West African tribe.
Okay.
and-
Okay. Yeah. So I think I've read something about it, but I don't know much.
I'm no
Yes.
expert. There's this guy named Laird Scranton who's like the OG of. He's like an official. He's basically a Dogon, but he lives in New York, New York State. He's a pretty old dude, but he's like done extensive research, wrote a bunch of books on the Dogon.
Mhm.
And the Dogon tribe, they had like a mastery of this celestial bodies in the sky, and they knew about quantum physics and all kinds of weird stuff that they've encoded into their ancient myths, which is really weird.
Okay.
And Graham Hancock talks about them in a couple of his different documentaries and books. But they had people called the Nomo, amphibious beings who descended from the sky in a fiery vessel from the Sirius star system.
Okay, from
I wish
Sirius, not Pleiades.
No,
Okay.
I wish I could say more about the Dogon. I'm just not an expert.
That's I have to actually. I'm gonna write that down. I always, if I don't write it down, I will forget.
Well, I should almost introduce you to Laird Scranton. You should have him on your show. Tell you all about the Dogon.
Yeah, that'd be interesting for sure.
Because it's some of the most wild stuff you'll ever see. And there's no good explanation as to why the Dogon knew as much about science and astronomy that they did, except for if somebody taught them, you know.
Oh, right.
But the ancient Chinese had Wang Di, the Yellow Emperor, sky deity who descended from the heavens to rule and advance human society. And then the Australian Aboriginals had the sky ancestors, powerful beings who came from the stars during the dream time to shape our world. So maybe we're about to get, and also just go look across cave drawings across North America and the Southwest, and especially, and some of these things look like aliens, man. 3 fingers, wearing spacesuits, got helmets on, stuff like that.
Well, even look at the one Nazca Lions.
Exactly.
The Nazca Lions. Yeah, that's goofy. And
that one. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say that same type of being, like you said, like the big heads, small necks, 3 fingers, 4 fingers, whatever. They are all over the place. So there's got to be something to it.
Yeah, Deep Northern Adventures hit that one real quick. Oh, that's right. That comment quick.
Which one? That one?
No, the one before
that's
that.
right.
Yeah, they knew specifics about that. That's the thing, is they knew about that specific star system. Thank you.
That's interesting.
The Sirius star system. They knew like a lot about it.
Okay.
But they also like knew about quantum physics.
Really? Where is this? South Africa or Central Africa?
West Africa.
West Africa.
And the tribe still exists today. And
native ant people. Yeah, the story of the ant people that came out of the underground.
Yeah, you know, so maybe we're about to get our own Quetzalcoatl experience, where or Viracocha, where they come and they go, okay, you guys, this Epstein shit, this nuclear bomb shit, we got to stop this. You guys got to piss off. Okay, we need to enlighten you people.
We're gonna get disclosure from the aliens about the aliens, and they're gonna have a paper with the Epstein list on it. All right, we've had enough. We got it here. There, we're real. Here's the people on the list. Good day.
Yeah.
Stop doing more.
Wouldn't that be it? Wouldn't that be awesome? The Nomo from the Sirius star system come down and give us the Epstein files.
That'd be great. Before we wrap it up here, I wanted to show the one video on the War Department that I found. I showed it last week, but I don't think I saw you look at it anywhere on your stuff. So I want to pull this one up.
Let's do it.
And we'll wrap her up, because this has been fun, dude. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. No, I like covering all sorts of topics so that, yeah, aliens and ancient history, on their face, you don't think they match up, but they do.
There's a connection.
So this one is probably my favorite video out of all of them that I found.
Spherical. From the second batch or the first batch?
Second batch. Spherical UAP over AFG in and out of the clouds, 23rd of November 2020. AFG Air Force, or maybe Afghanistan, I don't know. This one I thought was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, actually, I think we might have covered this one the night I gave you shit for bringing you
Okay,
on your
maybe I
show.
missed it then.
Maybe, I don't know. I covered a
I don't know.
bunch, and I was like having a few whiskeys that night, so it's hard to say.
I know how that goes. I mean, this was pretty neat. Whatever it is, but it's clearly going in and out of the clouds.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, we live in the age of disclosure, right?
we'll see.
Supposedly. But I don't
Age of
really think,
knowledge too.
yeah, I
But
don't really think it's revealing something new. I think it's returning us to something that was either deliberately or forgotten after a ancient cataclysm or whatever. You know, I think if we find out we're not alone, it's not going to be new. It's going to be we're remembering that we're not alone. Does that
Yep.
make sense?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what's Graham Hancock's catchphrase? The human race is a race with amnesia, or a species with amnesia.
Species with amnesia, yeah. And I think, you know, if the story's been told over and over again and they were seeing the same shit, and as Isaac was saying, just through a different cultural lens and a different lens in time, or a different religious lens, or whatever, I do think that they're all you know, connected in some way.
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
just told through a different perspective.
Yep.
So
Nuclear weapons is why we're on a lot of the intergalactic network. I'm pretty sure they'd have weapons far more powerful than a nuke if they have the advancements to travel across the galaxies.
Did you ever see that episode of South Park where they're like Randy's trying to communicate with the intergalactic like federation to on behalf of on behalf of the planet and to get us into the club?
Why don't I remember that one? It's on. I can't place it. Is it a newer one or is it back in the archives?
It's like not newer as in last like 5-6 years newer, but maybe last 10. Because gosh, they have like 25 plus seasons or something.
Yeah, their last few seasons I don't count as seasons though.
No.
They were like 6 episodes or something like that. 8 episodes.
Yeah, I would say that one was like maybe 2012 or something like that.
Okay, I'll have to go back and rewatch them. But continue what you were saying about it.
Oh, I was just saying, it's just about how ridiculous we are and why they're not going to let us in the club. We're not quite there yet.
Yeah, no. All right, Dries, thank you so much, brother, for coming in.
Hey, yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
He's in Belgium, so he's up. It's early in the morning for him right now. So thanks again, dude. Take care.
Belgium, wow, nice.
Yeah, met him when we were on the Egypt trip.
Cool.
Yeah, I know, good dude.
Well,
Tartaria, that's for a different time.
How about Tartaria? I haven't went down that rabbit hole too hard. Have you?
Not really, but some of the things that I see, I mean, because I haven't looked into it, so maybe I'm just kind of on the surface. Like, I don't know if I believe it, but if I went, maybe we'll do a show on that sometime. Maybe I'll do a show on that. Just wet
clear the air.
Yeah, just to see what it's all about. Let's skip an age of disclosure. Yeah, pretty much. Hearing about it back in early high school history class. Well, I'll make a note of it. The Dogon or the...
I thought he was talking about the Dogon.
Could be. That or Tartaria.
I don't know why, and don't take, if whoever mentioned that, don't take offense to this, but because I haven't looked into it, my brain puts that into like flat Earth category, which means that I should give it a little bit of a look.
That's kind of where I'm at. I mean, for some reason, I don't know why I haven't looked into it. I mean, I keep hearing more and more about it with Tartaria and mud floods. So I should just look into it because I'd be ignorant not to.
Yeah, I'm not being fair to it. It's just that, like, you know, I think we all do that with, you know, it's like, but I only have so much headspace for like, you know, wild shit, man. Like,
right. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Deep North, I'll look into it and I'll try to see if we can, I'll see if we can get something figured out, do some research on it and maybe talk about it one time.
Where's a good place to
Sometimes.
look? Because I know there's probably a lot of nonsense related to it too.
That's another thing about the YouTube stuff going on is so much AI, just pure AI videos, like no
Yeah.
human other than someone pressing a button. There was a whole video about the oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say I've been caught by that before, like where I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna watch this video about space or the universe. Then I realize, wait a second,
Yep.
this has no human soul to it at all.
Yep. There was a video that I found, I don't know if it was shared to me or if I found it on YouTube, it was about the old copper culture and the mining up here. And I'm like, okay, we'll see what this video has to say on it. Because it says a culture that left no tools behind. I'm like, yeah, they did. Uh, I mean, we find their copper artifacts and implements, their knives, spear points. We find the hammer stones that they used. We find all sorts of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But this whole thing is just they just asked an AI to take all the information on the internet about the copper mining in the UP and make a video out of it. He's even showing pictures of people and stuff. I'm like, okay, where did you find any of this information? Because there's no links for any sources listed anywhere. All the
Mm-hmm.
names I'd never half the names they talked about and people that have done work on it, never heard of them. All these pictures, never seen them before, so they're probably all generated and fake, as far as I'm aware.
And then the voice is fake too.
Yep. And so back in the day, there was a society that
Yeah.
walked along this earth. It's like the cadence is off.
You know what bugs me a little bit about that is
Okay.
how we're out here making real content.
Mhm.
And then people are just pumping out fake content, and then you'll see it gets like 200,000 views and stuff like that. And it's
Unbelievable.
like, holy moly. And they're just
Mhm.
pumping that stuff out. I wonder how much of YouTube is that at this point.
Oh, it's gotta be tons. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I use AI for like video generation for like videos where I'm telling a story because I don't have a way to reenact it. And the way I try to describe stuff, it's not gonna bode well to the human ear. So I just make videos and prompts and tell it what to make and I tweak it. So
Sure, we use AI for like our intros and for our thumbnails and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
you know, when you make a whole like you just ask Grok like to write you a script about Upper Peninsula copper or whatever, and then
Mhm.
it's going to be very obvious to somebody like you that it's fake, but to
Yeah.
somebody not like you, they will watch it and go, "Oh, wow," you know.
Right.
And then there's all these pictures that are unrelated and they're either AI generated or unrelated, and it's like, oh my goodness.
Yep.
Somebody did get us that South Park episode, season 13. Wow, it's a lot
Right there.
further back than I thought.
Yeah. So okay. I'll have to the Pinewood Derby.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, I started from the beginning, just ran through them in like a month, so they kind of all
Yeah, they
blended
all
in.
start running together.
Yeah, it's hard to remember exactly where they were.
Steve, what X account is that?
Yeah, the Tartaria one.
Please, I'll go follow them right now.
Yeah, look
Because
into it.
for some reason, my brain just always was like, Tartaria. Maybe it was because I watched a bullshit YouTube video about it.
That could be it. I know U.P.North said that Tartaria is a real empire. So I've heard of it like in actual historical context, but it wasn't like in the way that I'm thinking of Tartaria. Is I think what I'm thinking of Tartaria is maybe it's the same way that U.P.North is, that it was like like the North America was like empirical Russia in the 1800s type style, and then was wiped out by something and came in. So I don't know.
Yeah, and then the only thing I really know about it is like they attribute a lot of these like old buildings that they say more modern civilizations built, but
Mhm.
actually it was this other civilization, Tartaria.
Okay.
Is that right?
I think I remember why I never looked into it, because you ever watch the Lore Lodge?
Nah.
Lore Lodge, they're a pretty good channel. They do a lot of, but unfortunately they do a lot of debunking and stuff. And the host Aiden, smart guy, but he's got such a condescending way he talks about things. It's just like I don't know if I like listening to you talk. but he tore apart this Tartaria guy on YouTube and X, and it was pretty compelling. So I don't know. Like I said, I didn't even look into it after that. So maybe that's what it was. I don't know. You're muted.
Well, he said don't Deep North or what's his name there? Sorry, my bad.
Yep,
Deep
North
North
Adventures.
Yeah, he said don't look into it on YouTube. So
Okay. So
included Russia and Tartaria was like 1400 to 1700s.
okay, so I had a little bit of a tidbit correct.
So is it a cover up or like what's the deal? I guess it's up to me to go look into it.
Yep. I'm taking notes down right now so I can look into it. Tartaria lives. I'm guessing that's the X, or maybe it's lives.
Tartaria lives.
Lives, English language. It's goofy. Yeah, Tartaria is a wild theory. It is, Mark. It is.
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
Tartaria lives. That's the X account. Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to look into it.
So are UFOs real? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I want to believe.
Want to believe. Yeah. We landed on the moon.
You ever watched Through the X-Files?
No.
You should do it.
I need to. It's
you should do it. You should
I
binge
know.
it.
I need to. I'm binging Stargate right now too.
Oh, SG-1?
Yeah, I think I'm on end of season 7 right now.
Oh, nice.
It's still my first watch through, so I'm trying to like soak it up.
It's one of my all-time fave shows. I never got into the others,
Mm-hmm.
the other ones as much, like Stargate Atlantis and stuff. But it was at the end of season 1 when the pyramids take off in their spaceships, and that just from that moment on, I was like all Stargate. I was all in.
I mean the pyramids are just gold landing stations. We all know that.
And it's a quirky, fun show at times, right? Like it's
is
quirky and funny. And it's got there's elements of lost ancient civilization all up in there.
Yep.
And aliens.
Aliens. Yeah, that's what got me into it. Is our friend we were talking about earlier, Alec Baldwin's finger. He was talking about. He's like, Jeff. He's like, you like ancient history and stuff, right? I'm like, hell yeah. He's like, you like Stargate. He's like, you like Stargate a lot. I'm like, all right, I'll go check it out. And yeah, I like it a lot. So,
have you seen the movie with what's his face? It's
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, yeah.
I have.
It's good, right? It's a really good movie.
It is, but I watched it after I started watching the series, so it didn't have the same feeling. Now, if I would have gone reverse and watched it before I started watching the series, I probably would have had a completely different view of it. But it's just so hard going from seeing the people that you know as like O'Neill and stuff like that, and Daniel Jackson, and then going to the movie that originally sparked it, and it's Kurt Russell and what the hell's his name? Ultron, Reddington.
Yeah.
The hell's his name?
Yeah.
Damn it.
I'm blanking too.
Yep.
But that doctor, what's his name? The character was kind of similar show to movie, but Kurt Russell was nothing like
yes.
Blanking on.
I know,
nothing like MacGyver.
MacGyver, exactly. You just got to say that. It's yeah. I latch onto their character names and I can never remember the actor's name.
Hey, I got a bunch of X followers from your friends here tonight.
Sweet.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we got a great group of people over on our friend our like it's all like nerd stuff. So it's like, but at the same time all the nerd stuff also blends into like the ancient history and aliens. So it's just kind of like a bridge between worlds.
Richard Dean Anderson, Mudskippa's. I'm glad Mudskippa's here. Otherwise, we'd just
be
like
James
lost.
Spader. Yep,
and James Spader. Thank you.
It's all coming in. I'm gonna have to turn that delay off on the from when we say something to when the chat hears it, so I can answers.
I like to think I'm a pretty smart guy. I just don't have like that automatic recall like some people do. You know, for some things I do. But not all things.
Yeah.
Steve said he just finished rewatching the X-Files. Do Steve, did you watch like the new seasons that came out like 15 years later? Like I think it's season 10 and 11 possibly. Anyway, the X-Files is a really great show. It's because there's this Jeff, because there's two things happening. One is the overarching UFO conspiracy narrative that like they weave in throughout each season.
Okay.
But most of the episodes are what are called like Monster of the Week episodes.
Those are the best.
Yeah, and those are like the one like just like they do everything, and the characters are great. The writing's fantastic. It's my favorite show of all time.
Yeah,
so.
I'm kicking myself for not watching it yet. I keep hearing people talk about it, and I'm just like, all right. It's on the watch list, but I gotta.
It holds up too. Like some of the episodes might not, but like that's back in the day where like a season was like 22 episodes.
That's
Stargate, right? Stargate's got 20 episodes.
It's 20 to 24, 26. And
right.
It pisses me off that they stopped doing that.
It does, right?
Yep.
Now everything's 6 or 8 or 10 at the most.
It doesn't give you enough time to flesh out an overarching story and then getting different characters. And the Monster of the Week model, I think, is perfect, especially for genre.
Yeah.
And especially for sci-fi or documentaries. But yeah, no, because everyone's just focused on the binge model, or
the binge model. That's exactly it.
Yeah. Now the 10 episode seasons are good for something like HBO Max or HBO exclusive shows, and Game of Thrones and Sopranos and all that stuff, because there's a lot of money and effort going into those shows. But if it's something that you can pump out an episode every couple of weeks, I mean, there's no reason not to. But
agree. And sometimes like you watch a movie and you're like, man, that could have been 10 hours long. And that's when you do that's what you're talking about, the HBO, lots of production value, all that stuff. It's basically a 10-hour movie or whatever versus a 2-hour movie. But I wish they didn't stop doing that, because for example, right now I'm rewatching Star Trek: The Next Generation. Right. And you're seeing these characters and their relationships change and develop over, and then age as well, over all these seasons. And there's overarching storyline, right? And then it follows the Monster of the Week model. It's just not a monster. It's like an alien, situation, like political situation or dangerous situation or whatever every week, right? And I like that better. It's not better. It's just different. And they never should have stopped doing it.
Yep. No, the cable TV, for all of its flaws, they had it figured out. And it worked for a long time.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Oh, yeah. The Inbred Family.
Oh, boy.
It's...
well, I guess I'm going to have to watch to find out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it, but that's probably the darkest episode, the episode where people kind of walked away like feeling extremely unsettled. It's still unsettling today. It's a lot to do with the cinematic way they did it and the isolation of the area and the acting, but it's gross.
Well, I'll know when I see it, I guess.
You will.
All right. Well, Dave, thanks again for coming on. This might be my longest stream I've done. I don't know.
Nice. I tend to do that to people.
That's all right. I'm having a blast. So that's why I'm trying to get you out of here, because you said you gotta go hang out with or eat dinner or whatever you said you're gonna do.
No, my wife and I watch a show or two before we go to bed every night, and yeah, man. Anyone who's watching who doesn't know me, Dave's Multiverse on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, X. Love those subscribers. And I just want to say thank you to everyone in the chat who was hanging out with us all night.
Oh, yeah. No, chat's the best.
Always appreciate that. And yeah, I always say like I'm going to do 90-minute episodes of my show, and then they always end up being 2.5 to 3 hours. But it is what
It's
it is.
usually how it goes. I'm
It
trying
is
to
what it is.
find your links here because I know Mogwai shared it earlier. There it is. All right. Oh, that's breaking ancient news.
But I do that.
Do that. Yeah, go sub to that too, though.
And we also do Mars Disclosure Live every 2 weeks with Brian Corey Dobbs, Ricardo Calvario, Jason Huffman, Shaman 711, Sarah Cosmos from Universe Unveiled, my editor, one more time. Deja Vu, Has Everything Already Been? Alexander Cheskovich, and Jean Ward. And we look at anomalous phenomenon on Mars, pyramids, weird structures. They find all kinds of weird stuff going through the NASA rover photos and satellite photos and stuff like that. Just stuff that looks megalithic, and it might not be, but it might be. But it's most of what we look at is like worth a second look.
Oh, for sure. No, I've watched a few of the like even just the standalone episodes you had with Sean. There's some cool stuff on on Mars there. Like, what the hell? I haven't had a chance to catch one of the Mars Disclosures live yet because it's usually like midday Sunday when you do it.
Yeah, midday Sunday. Yeah.
So I gotta go back and just watch them. Put them on. So
they're worth it because Brian is building a narrative, for lack of a better word, like a big picture throughout as we go through the episodes. So you kind of get like this big picture of how Mars may fit into the human story and lost ancient history across planets. So potentially.
That's cool. Oh yeah.
It's fun to think about. That's for sure. I'm open to anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever you believe in, you should still have an open mind.
Exactly. And you don't have to be a dick about it if you don't believe it.
Exactly. And if you're going to criticize someone, maybe give them some constructive criticism.
Right.
And not just be a dick.
And if you're a human, you probably don't know everything.
No one knows it. We know nothing. We just know what we're told by someone that claimed to know. So,
thanks, Mogwai.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, dude. We got Mogwai based on a true story. Oh boy, we're not gonna go back into that one because I got the inbred. Fun time, guys. Thank you, thank you, Steve. And also, he says Mars Disclosure Live is a top rate. Awesome. I will. Oh, actually, I'll see where I'm at on Sunday if I can try to catch it live.
It'll be next Sunday.
Next Sunday. Okay, even better.
We do it every 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay. Yeah, because I'll be going to Vegas tomorrow morning. So
for what?
Family vacation.
Oh, sweet.
Sounds like the last one. My youngest sister finally graduated. So no, everyone's out of the house, growing up, and
so the whole fam jam's going.
Yeah. My dad and his wife, they booked it for all of us. I'm like, all right, this is still going to cost me probably a couple of grand, but we'll see.
Well, you guys, Vegas is expensive, and while you're there, it's like a when in Rome kind of situation, right?
Right.
I don't go for it.
Yeah, no, we got a few things we want to check out, but I won't know until we get there. So first time going, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I come back with stories that I'm allowed to tell.
there might be a few you can't.
Yeah, we'll see. It's a family vacation, so hopefully we all behave. But one last time, Dave, thanks again for coming on.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. I appreciate you taking the time finally, even though it was my fault not reaching out to you.
My fault last time, though, too.
Yeah, so it evened out. I want to thank everyone that joined us tonight, whether you're watching live, you're lurking, or watching us on the replay. All the commentators, all the chatters in the chat there, thank you so much. And Rubate for dropping the $5
kaboom
in there. Thank you so much. You're doing the Lord's work on the Twitter sphere, hitting everybody's stuff and sharing the good words. So
yeah, that might not work anymore. My old producer set that up a long time ago. It's been a minute since I actually looked at it. So you can find me though by like all my links are in like any of my YouTube videos. You can find them all there. So
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's another.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Shoot.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll rearrange the description and do it individual.
Yeah.
Stuff in there.
You could just copy and paste it out of my most recent episode or
Mhm.
whatever. No big deal.
So
We got people jumping in late.
I know. I just saw that. Anyone that hopped in late here, thanks for hopping in. But we're just finishing up. I was just about to hit end stream. Joe Pater for underwater structures in Ottawa and Witch Lake. I will take note of it. And
Yeah, I've never heard of
look into
that.
it. Yeah.
My mom lives near Ottawa, so I don't know which lake it is, but
maybe it's
maybe I
Ottawa
have
Lake
heard
or
of
Witch
that.
Lake. I don't know. We'll have to. I got it started here so I can remember. I wrote it down. I will do my best for the next stream to hopefully have an answer of what I've looked into. But on that note, there is a link for Dave's Multiverse on YouTube. Thank you, Mogwai guy.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yep. Appreciate you hopping in as the mod. I think you're a mod. Like I said, description, I will redo Dave's links. Stasis of Seasons, hate being late, busy, hate missing English. I'm getting tired, so we're gonna have to. But thanks for popping in here, anyways.
Go back and watch. We talked about a bunch of fun stuff tonight, so
It was
went all over the place. We even talked about ADHD medication, and
I think that's kind of what's happening at the end here. Thank you, Kink, aka Mud Skippa. And yes, we will see you next time. You have a wonderful night. Take care. Have a good weekend.
Adios.